News update.
I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. A toddler that suffered horrible abuse has now died. Lee County deputies say Yanir Velasquez is the culprit, but he is free on bond and not yet facing a charge in the 23-month-old's death. The state attorney's office says this is an active case and they cannot comment yet. We're seeing a spike in coronavirus cases, but Lee Health says that is to be expected. CEO Dr. Larry Antonucci says it's not surprising because more people are getting tested. A portion of Corkscrew Road that always bottlenecks is getting a safety makeover. It's a 3-mile stretch that goes from Ben Hill Griffin East to Bellaterra. Today, the village will accept $3 million from the county to add sidewalks and streetlights to that portion. Today, a historic launch will take place at the Kennedy Space Center. Doug Hurley and Bob Behnken are preparing to jump in the cockpit of the Crew Dragon, the first manned commercial spacecraft in nearly a decade. The launch will mark a new era of human spaceflight for the U.S., and the moment will happen as the pandemic's impact looms. NASA and SpaceX have taken extra steps to ensure the safety of everyone involved. Only sanctioned personnel are allowed near the aircraft and rocket. They must wear masks and gloves, and the aircraft is cleaned twice daily. Starting Friday, you'll be able to save some cash on hurricane prep essentials. Things like water, batteries, and flashlights will all be tax-free. The sales tax holiday starts Friday and goes through Thursday, June 4th. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News traffic.
Good Wednesday morning. Your midweek commute a little slow in Fort Myers on Winkler Avenue heading towards Colonial Boulevard. Also eastbound delays on Colonial towards Winkler. Taking a look at I-75, though, we are up to speed and looking great heading to and from Lee and Collier. In Collier County, there is a bit of a slowdown on Logan Boulevard heading north of Immokalee Road. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, hot and humid. Heat index as high as 100 to 105. Please stay cool. We do have a chance for some spotty rain and storms. Few showers can't be ruled out along the coastline, but the greatest opportunity for rain will be the more inland that you get. Scattered rain and storms vary. Summer-like pattern for the rest of the work week towards the weekend. Scattered showers and storms pop up thanks to a lot of heat and moisture. Temperatures reaching the lower to middle 90s. Heat index 100 plus with some more rain chances mixed in as we hit next week. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
This is Randy from Fort Myers. I listen to Drew Steele every morning on my drive to work on 92.5 Fox News, and I was right all along.
92.5 Fox News.
Right all along.
It's open enrollment season, and MediShare is a Christian healthcare sharing ministry that saves most families about $500 a month. Google MediShare and see if it's a fit for you.
At Rock Solid, family comes first. And during this difficult time, Rock Solid makes you part of our family with family employee pricing on everything. Rock Solid is open and is giving you a guaranteed lifetime warranty. And there's more. Rock Solid guarantees installation in just 1 week. That's right, it's guaranteed. Do your family a favor by saving big with Rock Solid's family employee pricing offer while supporting local small business. See store for details.
Rock Solid in the Pink Building, 2240 J&C Boulevard, Naples. Rock Solid. We don't stop at just countertops.
Hi, Michael Crothers, owner of Pure Air Conditioning. We came into business during the mortgage crisis of 2008, so you could say we've seen a thing or two and learned to adjust. Currently, we've made safety adjustments. At Pure Air, all employees are supplied with gloves, foot coverings, and KN95 masks for your protection and theirs. If you need assistance with your air conditioning system, please know that Pure Air Conditioning is making safety priority number one. You can chat with us online at getpureair.com.
Hey, Aaron Walker here. Super excited to announce the grand opening of the all-new giant used car outlet at Naples Nissan. Finally, you can test drive hundreds of previously loved cars, trucks, and SUVs all in one spot. Toyota, Ford, Chevy, Mazda, you name it, we got it. And hey, what's the best part about outlet shopping? That's right. You save tons of money. Over 300 vehicles, wholesale priced, and all backed by our exclusive unlimited mile lifetime warranty. That's a warranty that lasts forever, and that's accepted anywhere in the USA. We've got at least 100 cars you could drive home right now for less than $200 a month. That's probably less than your cell phone bill. Need financing? We got you covered there too. Come see us at the all-new giant used car outlet at Naples Nissan right here on Pine Ridge Road. That's exit 107 off I-75 or visit naplesnissan.com. All offers with approved credit.
I've always wanted to learn another language, but every time I try, it never sticks. So I decided to give Babbel a try, and I really like the teaching method of the app. I started with the beginner lesson on Babbel, and it starts with simple words and phrases. And soon, you're putting those words into a conversation. Each lesson takes about 10 to 15 minutes, and they're all really different, which keeps things interesting. The app is really smart. It actually keeps track of the words I'm struggling with, so I can practice them and get better. I chose Babbel because it was created by real language teachers. They built it around real life, how people actually communicate, and what they care about. I can't wait to use my new language skills in the real world. Dos cervezas, por favor.
With Babbel, get conversational in Spanish, French, German, and more. It just takes 10 to 15 minutes a day. Now try Babbel free. Just go to Babbel.com or download the Babbel app and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. We are so glad that you have decided to choose this program, this very station, this very program, this very man that you are looking at right now. There he is, Jake the Millennial, beside me on this. I don't even know what day it is, Jake. Do we? Hold on a second. Here we go. I think it's time to do our favorite game that we do every once in a while, and it's called What Day Is It? I have no idea. I'm not really sure. Jake, would you like to play? Are you thinking to yourself, I'm not really sure either? Go ahead. What day is it today?
I have the correct answer for every time you ask this question.
And
are you ready?
Is it because of Google, or is that?
Most of the time.
Go ahead. What day is it?
Today.
You know, I can't argue with that, Jake. I have no time to argue with you right now, and I don't even think I want to at this point. I think he has a point, which is, even though it's a shortened week, in a month that has been a year that has been a virus, some kids might say the Rona, we have Jake, who can always tell you that it is today. And really, that's all it's about. Good night, everybody. All right. Hey, Jake, do you know what today is? If I know we just went over the whole, I'm not talking about what day of the week is, but you know what's happening today? Supposedly what should be happening today, as long as the weather is going properly?
3, 2, 1, lift off.
What, there's a new Star Wars out? I had no idea. Is that I didn't know. Is it a new Darth Vader Returns? What is that? That's awesome. No, you're right. There is a planned moment in time when America gets back to the space program. Come on, it's back to the space race, everybody. You know, there is that part of it, right? It is getting back to space. It is sending astronauts into orbit, but it's also the bigger picture, which is a space race, which is cha-ching. You know what cha-ching is, right, Jake? When I say cha-ching, you know what that means?
Money, 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 money.
You steal from your brother. Sorry. Long story. Anyway, yeah, so the U.S. sending astronauts into orbit. Remember something, as awesome as this is, and I know we're going to talk to Eben Brown, Fox News Radio at 7, because Eben's he's like a space nerd geek kind of guy, and he's there on the East Coast. I'm sure he's close by for this, and we'll get into some of the discussion about what is happening with this combination of NASA and, SpaceX, first manned flight in over a decade. So the last one was, it was the Space Shuttle final mission in 2011 was the last one. And so here we get back into space. And if you think about how many times we've had astronauts from the United States into orbit to the International Space Station, it's always been through the Soyuz rockets and Russia. So now it's about time that we get back to the business. And, you know, as we look at this and we dream of days gone by and we think about, you know, the space race as, boy, I got something in my throat, excuse me. As you're watching on YouTube, as we stream live every day, Drew Steele Radio, 3 E's. And please subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it as I'm choking. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe because I'm getting emotional. when you think about the space race, Jake's listening intently this morning. Look at you.
No, I'm just itching to say something, but I'm going to let you talk about your talk because it's completely relevant to what you're talking about.
Okay, good. Many of us have grown up. You're on camera, so just so you know, everybody's watching you and intently listening to what I have to say, which I thank you for that. We all have our moments in time when the space race, going to space, NASA, as a kid, growing up. I think everybody from every generation right now, every age, has that moment, that moment where you either watched, for example, the lunar module, Apollo 11. You watched Walter Cronkite. You had that moment. You remember seeing it and gathering around the TV. You remember hearing about it maybe as a kid, but the space shuttle launches were always the way that you remembered space travel. Some of the tragedies, the risks. I mean, and think about that, Jake. The risks that astronauts take. We kind of are living in a world right now where we talk about risks every day, and we're talking about pandemics, and we're talking about whether we should wear a mask or not wear a mask, or whether or not we should be driving a car as much as we do, and the risks inherent in that each and every day, and the margin that we live in, and the 0.00 percentages of risk of you not only contracting the virus, but dying from the virus, the 99+% of individuals who get the virus that survive, that don't die from the virus, and these minuscule numbers that we're talking about, the numbers that we look at or are inherent each and every day in our travel and the things that we do and the things that we eat and all the choices that we make, which all have risk. And then you take a step back and you think, what an incredible risk that is being taken by those who have laid the groundwork to get to this point, right? Somebody had to be somebody had to be the first to be, I don't know, testing a commercial airliner. A commercial airliner just get built, and then somebody said, all right, off you go. Fill this giant tube filled with, just fill people and head off to Hawaii. No, somebody had to actually fly it and test it and decide whether or not it was flight worthy. And then you have astronauts who take this incredible risk to be on that launch pad, the Cape, and to do this. And when we talk about risk, and you think about that risk, and I don't even know what the numbers look like, but it's an interesting dynamic that we have going on. And then there is the space race, because there's a lot of money, everybody. There is cha-ching. There's money involved. You have China, who would love nothing more than to be ahead of everyone else in the space race, to be able to launch rockets, to bring their own into space, and then to ultimately, well, who knows what happens, space travel, as we have Space Force out there, right? I mean, these are all the things that are at play here. It's not only getting astronauts back to the International Space Station and this launch and the first time in 10 years and how exciting that is, but it's also about the race again to space and the money is that's because ultimately, when this is successful today, there was a race between Boeing and SpaceX, right? The Dreamliner, Boeing, which didn't do so well. If SpaceX becomes the travel du jour, if you will, the company that wins this micro space battle between SpaceX and Boeing, and then the funding in the future goes to Elon Musk, SpaceX, and then ultimately you have people that will travel. Who knows? You may even have Jake there on a on a trip if he's fortunate enough. And there's a financial aspect to this as well. And
I ain't doing it for free.
he ain't doing it for free. By the way, there is no free trip. You got to pay for the trip.
Yeah, well, I guess I ain't going.
But then the macro, which is the space race, which is China, which is Russia, which is not just about dollars, but it's about superiority and space. And there's an important aspect to that as well. All right. We got people texting and saying they want to hear what Jake has to say. Go. What do you got to say, Jake?
All right, so you're talking about risk.
Yeah.
You don't find there to be any kind of problem with sending two people up into space with an unknown virus that could potentially be attached to them, and then it leaking into space, and then space getting sick? I mean, have we not thought about this? This is a serious thing. Like, what happens if space gets COVID-19? Then what? What do we do? Explain to me. That's a risk.
Space gets COVID-19.
Hey, how do we know? Okay, we didn't know we could get it. So what happens?
Well, okay. Let's break this down. First of all,
and I'm so serious right now.
No, I know you're serious. Now everybody's asking about your mullet. Okay. Anyway, well, number one, I would assume that
space has been vaccinated.
Can you see me after the show? Can we talk about a few things? Is that okay?
Sure.
Number one, if you listen to even the top of the hour news, the precautions that are being taken in this era of pandemics and the virus.
Well, I understand us not spreading it, but like still sending. What if it mutates in the vacuum of space and turns into some giant monster that we've never seen before?
Is it possible that in the vacuum of space where there is no oxygen, that it's possible that this virus can't survive?
I mean, it is pretty weak.
I'm so sorry that we went here. I had no idea. I understand. We got all kinds of people calling now. I'm sure they want to comment on this. The point is that we're going back to space, everybody. This is a good day. This is an exciting day. We're going to talk more about this. And you know, you think about how we okay, people are saying he has a valid question. I don't know. There are people saying it's a great question. Listen, the virus is not going to shoot off into space and then all of a sudden become a monster. And do you want to answer those phones? Do we really want to? Okay. Here I was going to take you someplace completely different with space travel and tell you how exciting this is because it's the private sector and the public sector. It's NASA and how many times we heard about NASA going away and all the jobs on the Space Coast and the individuals who had an opportunity to save the Space Coast and save jobs and save NASA from going under, if you will. And Bill Nelson, one of those individuals, by the way, Senator Bill Nelson, you know, he's an astronaut. Senator Bill Nelson at the time, former senator, who had the lone opportunity there, the lone vote, the opportunity to save NASA and to save the Space Coast and didn't do it. That's a whole other story if you want to go there, but we don't have to politically. But that you have the free market coming in and filling that space and someone who has a vision and a dream like Elon Musk and how exciting this time is. I just, especially when you have many who remember the launching of the first rockets into space and men on the moon and visions of Mars and the multiple times going to the moon and I, as a child, remember my dad who worked on the Apollo 11 LEM, the lunar module. He worked for Grumman on Long Island, and Grumman at the time in the 60s, they were the ones that developed and put together the LEM. And so hearing my dad talk to people about his time at Grumman and working there on the LEM and how at the time the president showed up at Grumman to shake everybody's hand when the mission was completed. Just exciting times, and I still have the Apollo 11. I have the patch at my house, and my dad has it. It's that connection that you just remember, and I think many people do. All right, I can't see the call screen, Jake, so I want to take some of these calls. Yeah, and moments when you had people like Walter Cronkite talking about it, right?
3 seconds and counting. Just an hour and a half. If all goes well, Apollo 11 astronauts Armstrong, Aldrin, and Collins are to lift off from pad 39A out there on the voyage man always has dreamed about. Next stop for them, the moon.
It's pretty cool. All right, hold on a second. Trish is in Bonita and wants to talk about getting sick in space.
Hey, listen, Drew,
Yeah.
I gotta say, I gotta come to his defense just a little bit.
Okay.
I actually was thinking the other day, what if the astronauts or any of them happen to have, they're asymptomatic and they have it, and they go to the space station and they infect the other people at the space station.
Mm-hmm.
What are they doing to avoid that? Are they quarantining them completely for like at least a month because we really don't know how long?
Well, they're going to be quarantined. Well, they're going to be quarantined in space. I mean, if you talk about a quarantine.
But they'll be up there already. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
They get there and then, I have a cough. Oh boy, the whole space station's got.
Okay. All right. So hold on a second. I got to tell you, this is totally not where I wanted to go this morning, but this is awesome. It's crazy and awesome and weird and funny all at the same time. All right, let's bring. And by the way, if you're watching on YouTube, YouTube.com, go to Drew Steele Radio. Please subscribe to the channel where you can watch Jake and Jake's reaction and all of this. So Jake's on camera too. All right, so I'm bringing Jake into the conversation. So Trisha's is that what you're talking about, Jake? That Trisha's saying they get on, they're asymptomatic, they get tested, it's showing negative, but who knows? And everybody knows how testing works, right? They can get tested right now, and then 2 seconds from now they can actually have it because that's how testing works. When you never know when it's going to pop up. I don't know who they grab a glass out of the hotel room that I don't know. Anyway, so there they are, the two astronauts. They're sitting in the SpaceX. What's it called? I forget the Crew Dragon. Okay, and there they go, and they're off into space, and they make their way to the International Space Station. I can't believe we're going here. And then they get to the space station, and all of a sudden, one of them says, "I got a cough," and next thing you know it. Now they bring COVID to the space station, and then they all get it. Is that what you're saying, Tricia?
That's what I'm saying. What's stopping it?
Look at Jake.
Why not?
Is that where you're going this morning, Jake?
Oh, it wasn't exactly where I'm going, but I love that the fact that my question has opened their minds up to all the possibilities.
Well, no, it's crazy talk. It's crazy talk is what it is, I tell you.
Yours got a little crazier. Yours got a little crazier because there's no oxygen in space.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope they have all this planned out and. All right, Tricia. Thank you.
Thanks, Drew.
Thanks for that. Thanks for that. That's how we open up today. That's how we get going. How about traffic? Why don't we get going with traffic? All right. We're going back to space today, everybody. We're back. The space race is back. And this is going to be exciting. We'll talk more about that. I know there's people that are calling and texting, and they want to talk about COVID in space. Wasn't that a movie in the 70s, COVID in Space? And then there was like green and blue women, and it was like it got a little raunchy at times, and then there were anyone.
I'm pretty sure there's some kind of movie exec watching right now, calling all his screenwriters like, "Oh, I got a great idea."
I think they came up with this one in the past, and I don't. Okay, we got to go. Traffic. Sabrina Katz.
A crash reported in Fort Myers at Palm Beach Boulevard and I-75. Also delays building on Ortiz heading north towards Palm Beach Boulevard for about 1 mile. And a bit congested if you are heading onto Ben Hill, north of Alico for about 1 mile, bumper to bumper. Avoid it if you can. I-75 is going to be your faster option heading north of Alico Road. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News next.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, there will be a chance of rain, few showers possible along the coastline, but the best opportunity will be the more inland that you get. Hot and humid, 91 degrees with that heat index and what it feels like between 100 to 105. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
This Fox Business Report is presented by Gulf Shore Business Magazine, online at gulfshorebusiness.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
The Conference Board reports consumer confidence is recovering from COVID-19. The outlook shoppers have on the economy improved in May, up from a record drop in April. Plenty of confidence on Wall Street Tuesday, too. The Dow closed up about 530 points, the S&P up 36, the NASDAQ up 16, and the price of oil stayed about flat at $34 a barrel. Two of the happiest words ever, free donuts.
Krispy Kreme extends Donut Day to a 5-day-long celebration. Free donuts from June 1st to the 5th. Customers can visit Krispy Kreme shops and drive-thrus for one free donut. The idea is meant to be a sugary silver lining after you've been stuck at home due to the coronavirus health crisis. CJ Papa, Fox News.
That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jill Nato, invested in you.
You're more focused than ever on keeping your employees and customers safe. Cintas has the products and services you need to feel prepared. Our Cintas technicians can apply our disinfectant and sanitizer spray throughout your facility. Our Ultra Clean service for restrooms uses a sanitizer effective against certain germs, bacteria, and viruses. And we'll help you stay well-stocked with hand sanitizer, face masks, and essential PPE. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
You know Tri-Town Construction as your one-stop shop for all your construction and repair needs, including roofing and remodeling to new custom home construction. Tri-Town Construction wants you to know that they're available to serve your needs during this time of staying at home. As a locally owned and operated business, Tri-Town Construction has always maintained a policy of giving back. Well, they have stepped that up even more. As we all endure this pandemic, Tri-Town Construction is partnered with Seaside Bar and Grill in Bonita Springs and will donate meals from the proceeds of every job they do during this time to those frontline responders helping to keep us safe and healthy. Online at tri-townconstruction.com. Again, tri-townconstruction.com. Tri-Town Construction is ready when you are. Homegrown and here to stay. Safety first, Southwest Florida.
Hey, this is Papa, reporting that we're still getting a lot of calls from homeowners who were told they needed a new re-roof after Irma. Most of these folks had a few broken tiles that are obsolete. Our company has 2 warehouses filled with the older obsolete tiles that have never been used. If you think that you may not need a new re-roof, but only need to replace some obsolete tile, please call me for our free tile roof inspection. We may be able to repair and seal your roof to make it look new and beautiful, a lot cheaper than replacing the entire roof. If you call me for our free inspection, we'll place you on our proactive list, and in the event of another hurricane, you won't have to go searching for a contractor because we will automatically call you to see if you need assistance. Let me show you how we can clean and seal and protect your roof, pavers, and pool decks. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, call us at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700. License CCC 133-1790. We're open 24/7, and you can call us right now for a free tile roof inspection.
Hello, this is Dr. D'Amico, and I want to thank you for allowing us to take care of your emergency dental needs over the past few months. As you know, D'Amico Dental was one of the few offices that were allowed to continue to see patients because we perform a full range of dental services. As we all look forward to resuming our normal habits and routines, I'd like to announce that our office is now open for all your dental care. Has it been a while since you've seen a dentist? Are you overdue for your cleaning? Do you need extractions and a denture? Are you thinking about implants and don't know where to go? I'm Dr. D'Amico, and I can help. I invite you to call us and ask about our radio specials, 234-5284. That's 234-5284. We're following all the rules and regulations of the Florida Board of Health so you can feel comfortable in knowing that your safety and the safety of our staff is our top priority. There's no reason to put off your necessary dental work any longer. Call me, Dr. D'Amico, 234-5284. That's 234-5284. License number DN15639.
Tyler McDaniel here. And Brad McDaniel. We're the second generation of Kenmar Care. For our whole lives, our father Ken McDaniel raised us and instilled in us the work ethic and morals which we operate under and live by today. Kenmar Care has teamed up with Maytag to bring high-quality products to you covered by Maytag's exclusive 12-year parts and 12-year dependability promise on select purchases. Be treated like family. Call Kenmar Care. 239-437-7040. That's 437-7040. And online at kenmarcair.com.
License number CAC 057163.
I'm Casey Askar. More immigrants come to America than any other nation on earth. But with a deadly virus spreading across the globe and millions of Americans unemployed, our borders have to be secure. That's why President Trump's order suspending immigration is essential. This pandemic proves just how important borders are. I'm Casey Askar, and I approve this message. I'll help the president finish the wall and control the border once and for all.
Hi, Michael Crothers, owner of Pure Air Conditioning. Now that our economy is reopening and to help the community, we've decided to offer free emergency service calls through the week and cut our weekend rates in half. All Pure Air employees are supplied with gloves, foot coverings, and KN95 masks for your protection and theirs. If your air conditioner decides to break or you just aren't willing to take the chance, chat with us online at getpureair.com.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. A toddler that suffered horrible abuse has now died. Lee County deputies say Yanier Velasquez is the culprit, but he is free on bond and not yet facing a charge in the 23-month-old's death. The state attorney's office says this is an active case and they cannot comment yet. We're seeing a spike in coronavirus cases, but Lee Health says that is to be expected. CEO Dr. Larry Antonucci says it's not surprising because more people are getting tested. A portion of Corkscrew Road that always bottlenecks is getting a safety makeover. It's a 3-mile stretch that goes from Ben Hill Griffin East to Bellaterra. Today, the village will accept $3 million from the county to add sidewalks and streetlights to that portion. Today, a historic launch will take place at the Kennedy Space Center. Doug Hurley and Bob Behnken are preparing to jump in the cockpit of the Crew Dragon, the first manned commercial spacecraft in nearly a decade. The launch will mark a new era of human spaceflight for the U.S., and the moment will happen as the pandemic's impact looms. NASA and SpaceX have taken extra steps to ensure the safety of everyone involved. Only sanctioned personnel are allowed near the aircraft and rocket. They must wear masks and gloves, and the aircraft is cleaned twice daily. Starting Friday, you'll be able to save some cash on hurricane prep essentials. Things like water, batteries, and flashlights will all be tax-free. The sales tax holiday starts Friday and goes through Thursday, June 4th. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News traffic.
A crash reported in Fort Myers at Palm Beach Boulevard and I-75. Also delays building on Ortiz heading north towards Palm Beach Boulevard for about 1 mile. And a bit congested if you are heading onto Ben Hill, north of Alico for about 1 mile, bumper to bumper. Avoid it if you can. I-75 is going to be your faster option heading north of Alico Road. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News next.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, hot and humid. Heat index as high as 100 to 105. Please stay cool. We do have a chance for some spotty rain and storms. Few showers can't be ruled out along the coastline, but the greatest opportunity for rain will be the more inland that you get. Scattered rain and storms, very summer-like pattern for the rest of the work week towards the weekend. Scattered showers and storms pop up thanks to a lot of heat and moisture. Temperatures reaching the lower to middle 90s. Heat index 100 plus with some more rain chances mixed in as we hit next week. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Hey, Aaron Walker here, super excited to announce the grand opening of the all-new giant used car outlet at Naples Nissan. Finally, you can test drive hundreds of previously loved cars, trucks, and SUVs all in one spot. Toyota, Ford, Chevy, Mazda, you name it, we got it. And hey, what's the best part about outlet shopping? That's right, you save tons of money. Over 300 vehicles, wholesale priced, And all backed by our exclusive unlimited mile lifetime warranty. That's a warranty that lasts forever, and that's accepted anywhere in the USA. We've got at least 100 cars you could drive home right now for less than $200 a month. That's probably less than your cell phone bill. Need financing? We got you covered there too. Come see us at the all-new giant used car outlet at Naples Nissan right here on Pine Ridge Road. That's exit 107 off I-75 or visit naplesnissan.com. All offers with approved credit.
Visit Jason and Todd at the Diamond District.
In the last couple months, we have all been forced to navigate uncharted waters. Now it's time to join together as we discover the incredible opportunities that lie ahead of us.
Todd and I know for certain some things have not changed. Our love stories, relationships, and communities have grown stronger and become more important than ever. Love deserves to be celebrated, and we cannot wait to see your smile and play a small part in your celebration again. With that said, we could not be more excited to announce that the Diamond District is now open for your business.
Because we were required to close our business, we have a much larger inventory than expected, and the Diamond District must liquidate. This liquidation sale includes an incredible selection of GIA and Forevermark loose certified diamonds, engagement rings, and all diamond fashion jewelry.
Rest assured, your health and safety are our top priority. You'll notice a few changes when you arrive.
Visit Jason and Todd at the Diamond District.
Hello, I'm Tim Dos Santos from Better Than a Bistro. You've been to the grocery store and seen the headlines. Meat plants are closing and the selection is dwindling. Don't worry, just log on to betterthanabistro.com. Here at Better Than a Bistro, we've been serving Southwest Florida for almost a decade with Black Angus steaks, vacuum-sealed poultry, chop house pork, lamb, veal, as well as world-class seafood. All delivered courteously to your door and backed by our unconditional guarantee. Save now with code 92.5 Fox News.
BetterThanABistro.com.
Hi, I'm Dave Harmer, founder of First Class Air Conditioning, serving Southwest Florida since 1977. We are in unique times that are requiring all of us to change the way we go about our daily lives. By practicing safe distance measures, we will protect both you, our customers, and our employees. First Class Air Conditioning is open and here to serve you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
First Class Air Conditioning. Our name says it all.
Hi there, my name is Dr. Svetlana Kogan, and I'm a board-certified internal medicine concierge physician on 5th Avenue South in downtown Naples. As we're going through these challenging times together, I'd like to take a moment to point out some of the goodness that has impressed me so much in observing our Southwest Florida friends and neighbors. There has been such an outpouring of kindness, camaraderie, and civility that we should feel truly grateful to be a part of this community. We know that focusing on negativity and statistical models lowers our immune system by chronically draining our adrenal glands. So let's focus on love, faith, and hope instead, the three pillars of well-balanced mind-body. If our nervous system is in equilibrium, we're better equipped to fight off viruses. Make no mistake, together we shall overcome this. For holistic medical advice or to inquire about the practice, visit my website, customlongevity.com. That's customlongevity.com.
Hey, it's Drew Steele here, and hurricane season, you know, it's upon us, and it's supposed to be a pretty active season for 2020. Get peace of mind from my friends at Generator Supercenter, the #1 Generac automatic standby generator dealer in the nation. You don't have to sweat the next outage. I've had my Generac for years. It is amazing. Get your free estimate on your Generac automatic standby generator today, in time for hurricane season, with expert installation and 24-hour monitoring. Generator Supercenter. Give them a shout at 204-3469. That's 204-3469 for Generator Supercenter.
92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592. Anytime you want to call on the Tri-Town Construction Talk and Text line, we're waiting for you there. Jake the Millennial waiting for your call. He is right there in the... well, we gotta fix that camera. If you're watching... we appreciate it. We are streaming live each and every day on YouTube. Just go to our channel, Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. Just type it into the search bar in YouTube. You'll find us, and then please subscribe, and then each and every day you'll know when we're here. And you can see us and watch and see all the behind the scenes. Like Jake just told me a little story off the air that if you were watching, you saw my shocked and surprised face. You wouldn't see that if you were listening. You might hear it because it was... shocking and surprising, and I'll leave it at that. It's the kind of shocking and surprising that we hear sometimes out of political candidates, where sometimes you may have some political candidates that come along and say, you don't see a scandal, you've never seen a scandal, you've never heard about a scandal in my administration. Now, not many people have actually said that. There's one guy who did. But in turn, the person who was second in command, if you will, the vice president of the United States, Joe Biden at the time, who insisted that, you looked at the Obama administration, the Obama-Biden administration, it was scandal-free. And I know it's hard to say that with a straight face. And when you hear that, you quickly think back and remember all the scandals from the administration. And so did the RNC as they put together this little ditty. Ditty, right? Isn't that? I think that's the right term. Isn't that the right term, Jake? If I was like a song or something, it'd be a ditty.
Yeah, sure.
Put this little ditty together. I don't look up, find out where that came from. Google, where did ditty come from in regards to a musical tune or something? The RNC put this little ditty together just in case there were some Democrats who watch and listen each and every day on this very program, and we're wondering if it's true that they were scandal free. No, not that. I know, not that guy. This guy.
Not one single whisper of scandal.
Not one.
Not one single whisper.
The nation's capital was alive with talk of scandal today.
Questions for the White House this morning about whether it knew the truth about the Benghazi terror attack.
PolitiFact is out with its Lie of the Year award, and they named President Obama and his claim that, quote, if you like your health plan, you can keep it, as the winner.
He says he did not know the IRS was singling out conservative groups until the news broke.
Obama administration secretly airlifted $400 million in cash to Iran.
The political storm that erupted today over an undercover government operation gone very wrong.
The Obama administration's $500 million loan to Solyndra.
5 detainees were active Taliban fighters.
Ambassador Chris Stevens and 3 other Americans were killed.
Widespread manipulation of appointment wait times.
Not one single whisper of scandal.
Not one. That's the RNC in their ad. Now, why do I play that? I play it because interspersed, is that proper? In between the Biden at the beginning and the Biden at the end saying never a hint or a sniff or any kind of scandal there in the Obama-Biden administration, which is laughable at its core, and we all know why. You just heard why. I play that because that's the media, right? That's not Fox News. That's not conservative outlets only. That is everybody. All media outlets bringing up all of these scandals throughout from 2008 right up until, what time is it? And we're supposed to believe and trust that that same media that talked about all of those issues, that brought those up, would also, when Joe Biden brings this, I'm trying to think of the right way to put it, but when Joe Biden says we're scandal-free, we have no scandals, you don't hear anything, that you would imagine that same media that brought up those stories, maybe just to touch on them and then move along, hey, look at Doc! Because, they don't want to focus on it because the media is left-leaning and pretty hard left and pretty supportive of Democrats. And it's true. And for those that are watching and listening who are saying, it's a stretch. Okay, is it? I'll read this Wall Street Journal article coming up in just a minute from somebody who might know better than you and I both, somebody who was the president of CBS News from 1982 to 1983, and again in 1986, they probably know. Because there was talk back then about the left-leaning journalists that are out there, if you want to call them that. But I bring it up again because there's opportunity there for journalists to get to the truth. If you're so concerned about the president of the United States and whether or not you're getting the truth and whether or not Twitter needs to look at his tweets and decide whether they're true or not or take them down. I mean, that is part of the discussion, and there's a reason why that we're going to talk about coming up. The president's tweets lately and how Twitter has decided to, add addendums to his tweets. Where's the latest? They said they're not going to remove one specific one that people are calling for, but they did add some fact-checking to some of his latest tweets. Who are the fact-checkers, you might ask? And we're going to get to that too. But there's an opportunity for the media to question when Joe Biden says that. Well, hold on a second. We reported on all of these scandals. Again, that wasn't conservative media. That was everybody across the board who knew about all of these stories. And so even knowing, for example, if the IRS scandal and the president saying he just found out about it on the news. He didn't know anything. No exploration on that at all. No digging in. No questioning whether or not that's true or not. When Joe Biden says that it's scandal-free. And if you're asking for trust, you got to give it to us. You got to give us a reason why, why we should. There are people that are questioning the trust in media from the past. I just played a clip, for example. You think about this voice. You hear the voice, right?
10, 9.
No, that's not the voice.
Ignition sequence start.
This is the voice.
T-minus 1 hour, 29 minutes, and 53 seconds and counting. Just an hour and a half. If all goes well, Apollo 11 astronauts, Armstrong, Aldrin, and Collins are to lift off from pad 39A out there on the voyage man always has dreamed about. Next stop for them, the moon.
I mean, and you think about those moments in time, those historic moments, right? And you hear the voice of Walter Cronkite, the most trusted man in media, the most trusted news anchor of all time. And you realize that now we're trying to find trust in the media all the time. We're searching it out. We're trying to find the truth. Just give us the facts. Just give us the truth. We could take it. If there's something that's out there that is a fact that goes against your ideology or goes against your party, if it's a negative, but it's true, you want to know, right? It doesn't mean that the message is flawed. It means that the messenger is flawed, or the person that gave the message is flawed. It doesn't mean that the overarching party or message or whatever is a problem. It means that person at that specific moment with this specific issue is a problem. And we're big boys and girls. We can handle that. And again, I bring it up because when Joe Biden says that, and he's going to say that often, and there are going to be debates that are coming up with the president of the United States, and that
Sleepy Joe,
he's going to bring it. He's going to bring it. What's that going to sound like?
We choose truth over fact.
There's going to be a lot of that. And when that happens, what will the media that desperately wants this president gone do? What will the media do when they are confronted with a candidate that is going to do all kinds of things that they're not prepared for?
Corn Pop was a bad dude.
How bad was Corn Pop? How about that story? And when I saw this story in the Wall Street Journal, I thought, man, this goes way back. This goes way back to the point where when you hear a Walter Cronkite and you hear the three major media outlets that always gave us the facts, the truth, everything that they said was gospel. Well, was it? And it makes you question some of the people that you looked up to. And by the way, that's okay. Because in life, you shouldn't have any golden calves, whether that's now and this president and this administration and this party, or the party of Nancy Pelosi and
bowl of doggy do.
That's not the point. You shouldn't have golden calves. You should question everything, right? The liberal-leaning media is past its tipping point. A return to balance would be commercially unviable. The best solution may be an honest embrace of bias. Now, this opinion piece was from Van Gordon Sauter, who was the president of CBS News from 1982 to 83 and 1986. And he talks about 35 years ago, he's sitting with Gene Kirkpatrick, one-time Democrat, a foreign policy advisor to Reagan. U.S. ambassador to the United Nations. She was lamenting what she called the liberal-leaning media. As the president of CBS News, I assured her there was only a liberal tilt. In the 80s, there was a liberal tilt. As the president of CBS News, he knew it at the time. It's just a tilt. But it could be corrected. And she said, you don't understand. It's too late. And she was prophetic, he says. He says, the highly influential daily newspapers in New York, Washington, L.A., Boston are now decidedly liberal. On the home screen, the 3 broadcast network divisions still have their liberal tilt. 2 of the 3 leading cable news organizations are unrelenting liberal in their fear and loathing of the president. News organizations that claim to be neutral have long been creeping leftward, and their loathing of Mr. Trump has accelerated the pace. The news media is catching up with the liberalism of the professoriate, the entertainment industry, upscale magazines, the literary world. Recent arrivals are the late-night TV hosts who have broken the boundaries of what was considered acceptable political humor for networks. Too many journalists, objectivity, balance, and fairness, once the gold standard of reporting, are not mandatory in a divided political era and in a country they believe to be severely flawed. And he goes on to talk about the resistance against the president. He goes on to talk about the media, and it's a problem for the president. And what will happen if Joe Biden is victorious? Is he going to be subjected to the kind of rigor and the kind of skepticism that the president has received? Or is he going to get a pass because he's liberal and he's not Trump? And he's unfortunately making the case that maybe it's time to, unfortunately, he's saying, and to own up to it. Just be open. Just admit it. Just admit what you're doing. Just admit who you're for. Just admit who you're against. Instead of trying to convince everyone that you're down the middle, because you're not. Journalism affects social cohesion. Convinced of its role and its legitimacy, however, the media doesn't seem to care much. And the other side can certainly enjoy throwing rotten tomatoes at distant targets. But America won't reunite until far more people can look at a news story in print or on the screen and, of all things, believe it. The bottom line, right, is that Joe Biden says that the former administration, the Obama-Biden administration, was scandal-free. Not one drop, not one drip, not a sniff of scandal. And Joe Biden knows a thing or two about sniffing. See what I did there? And the media doesn't question that. They don't go against it. They don't check. They don't admit that there were problems. They'll never do it as if when he says that, it's true. And we all know it's not. We know that nobody's perfect. No administration is perfect. No president is perfect. And that's okay to say that. The question becomes whether or not you're willing to admit that in print, whether or not you're willing to admit that and show it on both sides equally to prove that you are who you say you are so that we can trust that everything you do say. So that if a Walter Cronkite says, well, this day, and that's the way it was. How about that, Jake? That was a pretty good Walter Cronkite, right? You have no idea. You don't even know who that is.
I have no idea who that is.
Okay, good for us. That when they say something, you believe it. When they print it, you believe it. And what he's saying is, unfortunately, it looks as if that tilt is now just down on the ground. And if that's where it is, just say it. It's unfortunate. But that is the country that we live in right now. There are two sides that have firmly planted their flag. And that coming together, if we can't even do that in a pandemic or a space flight that's getting ready to take place the first time in 10 years, can we all come together on that? I don't know, there's bound to be something. All right, let's find out what's happening with traffic. By the way, if you want to tune in, you can watch us on YouTube right now. We are streaming live each and every day. Go to Drew Steele Radio. Steele has 3 E's. And just type it into the search bar in YouTube. Did I say Google? No, I said YouTube. Okay, go to YouTube and subscribe, please. Okay, let's find out what's happening with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
The crash at US 41 and Pine Island is slowing traffic westbound on Pine Island starting from Business 41, guys. So about a mile and a half there of a slowdown. If you are heading west, go ahead and stick to Pondell if you're looking for a faster option. Also still seeing a crash in Lehigh Acres at Blackstone and State Road 82. No major backups here. This is just near Jaguar Boulevard. Traffic is slow in Lehigh southbound on Gunnery starting from 23rd to the Daniels Extension. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, there will be a chance of rain, few showers possible along the coastline, but the best opportunity will be the more inland that you get. Hot and humid, 91 degrees with that heat index and what it feels like between 100 to 105. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Rush Limbaugh.
Legal professor Jonathan Turley has an opinion piece at The Hill titled Why Joe Biden Can Do No Wrong. Turley quotes Lisa Bloom, the famous feminist lawyer, who says she believes Tara Reade was raped by Joe Biden, but she's going to vote for him anyway. Too bad, Tara. Turley also quotes a recent column in The Nation where Kata Pollitt, whatever, declares that she would vote for Biden if he boiled babies and ate them. Ms. Pollitt says that progressives don't have the luxury of sitting this one out to send messages about believing women or to feel morally pure. Turley calls out the media for picking legal experts simply because they're anti-Trump, no matter how unhinged their arguments are. One of them even openly called for the judge in the Michael Flynn case to disregard the law just to make trouble for Trump. Turley is amazed that the left is willing to forgive any sin in a holy crusade to take Washington. Professor Turley, if you had been attending the Limbaugh Institute, none of this would surprise you. Now, of course, they're willing to toss their morality aside. They don't have any. Liberals have been totally consumed by their hatred of Trump since before he took office. And liberals are always going to be liberals first. Morality be damned. And they don't care about women except what they can get off of them or from them. Period. Say, folks, our lives have been turned upside down, but even as we're all hunkered down, grass keeps growing. Hay needs cutting, and there's hauling to do. In tough times like these, Mahindra, the official tractor of tough, is there to help. All across America, Mahindra's tough tractor dealers are open for parts and service so you can keep going. Take the first step and visit whymahindra.com. Build your own tractor and your local Mahindra dealer will give you a custom quote. They'll even deliver. And now it's even easier to own a Mahindra with no payments for 90 days and 0 down, 0% interest. Visit whymahindra.com now through May 31st on select models. Just go to whymahindra.com for more information. whymahindra.com.
Take advantage of rock bottom prices and test drive a Mahindra today at Shenango Supply Company of Punta Gorda or call 941-637-1165. That's 941-637-1165.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and we've got my friend Dave Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples, on the phone. And Dave, I got to tell you, the selection of floor coverings of Floor Meisters, unbelievable, fantastic. I've seen it myself, and the choices are there. But what we really want to talk about today is this Dreamweaver line of carpets. Talk about it.
I'll tell you what, Drew, this is the hottest thing since 5-buckle overshoes. We're just selling the heck out of it. Comes in 9 different patterns, 12 colors to a pattern. It has 8 warranties, and it even includes steps. The stain warranty will take care of wine, mud, and even pet accidents. So this is perfect for Jake.
Yeah, perfect for Jake, and perfect for me, and perfect for you, too. If you haven't been to the Floor Meisters, really owe it to yourself to visit their store, see their selection of Dreamweaver carpets. It's there at 6281 Naples Boulevard, next to Costco. Now, whether it's carpet, tile, laminate, or hardwood flooring, they have it all. So give them a call today at 239-596-4964 or on the web at floormeisters.com.
When you are moving your home or office, choosing the right company makes all the difference. Rice's Moving and Transport has operated for 21 years out of Naples. They offer full packing and moving services for commercial and residential, as well as full designer services. To protect our community, they are working within all the CDC guidelines. For the month of May, Rice's Moving is offering special pricing. Call today for details. Rice's Moving and Transport in Naples, moving you into the future.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and I want to talk to you about my good friends at AMCO of Bonita Springs. You know, they're open. They are ready to handle any repairs or maintenance that you have for your car or truck, especially during these times. And look, they're taking precautions that they have to take to stay open at this point and to continue to earn a living for all of the team who depend on their paychecks for their families. They've adjusted their hours Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, and they're encouraging you to drop off your vehicle. They know you've been through a lot together, and AMCO of Bonita Springs, I want you to remember, they opened the shop in 2008. That was during the recession then. And now, 12 years later, dealing with this again and these struggles brought on by the virus. So if you're in need of auto or truck repair, then you know where to go. It's AMCO of Bonita Springs. Kevin and his brother Todd have been side by side at AMCO of Bonita Springs since 2008. Together, we're all going to get through these difficult times. So give them a call. They're located on Burnwood Drive in Bonita, 992-2626. That's 992-2626. Will you give them a call today? AMCO of Bonita Springs.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News update is presented by Made Pro of Southwest Florida. Professional cleaning with a personal touch.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. A toddler that suffered horrible abuse has now died. Lee County deputies say Yanier Velasquez is the culprit, but he is free on bond and not yet facing a charge in the 23-month-old's death. The state attorney's office says this is an active case and they cannot comment yet. We're seeing a spike in coronavirus cases, but Lee Health says that is to be expected. CEO Dr. Larry Antonucci says it's not surprising because more people are getting tested. A portion of Corkscrew Road that always bottlenecks is getting a safety makeover. It's a 3-mile stretch that goes from Ben Hill Griffin East to Bellaterra. Today, the village will accept $3 million from the county to add sidewalks and streetlights to that portion. Today, a historic launch will take place at the Kennedy Space Center. Doug Hurley and Bob Behnken are preparing to jump in the cockpit of the Crew Dragon, the first manned commercial spacecraft in nearly a decade. The launch will mark a new era of human spaceflight for the U.S., and the moment will happen as the pandemic's impact looms. NASA and SpaceX have taken extra steps to ensure the safety of everyone involved. Only sanctioned personnel are allowed near the aircraft and rocket. They must wear masks and gloves, and the aircraft is cleaned twice daily. Starting Friday, you'll be able to save some cash on hurricane prep essentials. Things like water, batteries, and flashlights will all be tax-free. The sales tax holiday starts Friday and goes through Thursday, June 4th. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News traffic.
The crash at US 41 and Pine Island is slowing traffic westbound on Pine Island starting from Business 41, guys. So about a mile and a half there of a slowdown. If you are heading west, go ahead and stick to Pondell if you're looking for a faster option. Also still seeing a crash in Lehigh Acres at Blackstone and State Road 82. No major backups here. This is just near Jaguar Boulevard. Traffic is slow in Lehigh southbound on Gunnery starting from 23rd to the Daniels Extension. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, hot and humid. Heat index as high as 100 to 105. Please stay cool. We do have a chance for some spotty rain and storms. Few showers can't be ruled out along the coastline, but the greatest opportunity for rain will be the more inland that you get. Scattered rain and storms vary. Summer-like pattern for the rest of the work week towards the weekend. Scattered showers and storms pop up thanks to a lot of heat and moisture. Temperatures reaching the lower to middle 90s. Heat index 100 plus with some more rain chances mixed in as we hit next week. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
My name is Karen from Naples, and I listen to Drew Steele in the morning, and I was right all along.
92.5 Fox News.
Right all along.
Hello, I'm Brian Resney, president of Resney Wealth Management and host of the Resney Wealth Report and TV show on the weekends. Investors come to my TV and radio shows to learn and to get educated so they can make better decisions about their retirement and their portfolio. What's your risk management strategy? Are you willing to subject your portfolio to another massive decline in a set it and forget it strategy, or are you looking for a difference? Listen to my show Sunday mornings, 10 to noon on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Eating dinner in your underwear?
Honey, put some clothes on.
Taking cold showers every hour? or pitching a tent in front of your refrigerator to stay cool. These are things you can do to beat the heat in your home.
And due to these difficult times, we have extended our no diagnostic fees, no trip charges, no strings. Visit FloridaCoolToday.com to schedule. Carrier turn to the experts.
Looking to kill weeds without using dangerous chemicals like glyphosate? An all-natural weed killer may be just what you're looking for. Green Gobbler's Vinegar Weed Killer is a concentrated herbicide derived naturally from corn. It's 4 times stronger than regular table vinegar, so it packs a punch against all kinds of pesky weeds. Use Green Gobbler's Vinegar Weed Killer to safely kill dandelions, crabgrass, clover, ivy, and more. It's perfect for driveways, pavers, fence lines, and other outdoor surfaces. Green Gobbler Vinegar Weed Killer is an effective and powerful herbicide, but it doesn't stop there. It's also certified for organic use, so when used properly, it won't negatively affect soil or wildlife. Since Green Gobbler's Vinegar Weed Killer is pure vinegar with no other additives, pet owners can let their pets out to play right after application. Search for Green Gobbler Vinegar Weed Killer on Amazon.com today. We offer a hassle-free money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose.
America is on the verge of a new, more hopeful, more confident, and exciting era. I'm Chris Safati from Wink News.
And I'm Lois Tomey. The U.S. is going back to space, and the adventure will begin right here in Florida. Today, starting at 4, join Wink News for special live launch coverage of the rocket.
That will send 2 astronauts to the International Space Station from Cape Canaveral, America's return to space.
Special live coverage today beginning at 4, only on Wink News.
I'm attorney Matt Morgan with an important message. If you wait too long after your injury to call us, you may have no case, and that's money gone forever. Our team is fully enabled with video conferencing and a digital sign-up process to represent you from the comfort of your home, wherever you are, whenever you need. During these difficult times, we are working overtime to make sure that we're there for you. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Injured? Dial Pound Law on your cell. Pound Law, that's all.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
I've always wanted to learn another language, but every time I try, it never sticks. So I decided to give Babbel a try, and I really like the teaching method of the app. I started with the beginner lesson on Babbel, and it starts with simple words and phrases. And soon, you're putting those words into a conversation. Each lesson takes about 10 to 15 minutes, and they're all really different, which keeps things interesting. The app is really smart. It actually keeps track of the words I'm struggling with, so I can practice them and get better. I chose Babbel because it was created by real language teachers. They built it around real life, how people actually communicate, and what they care about. I can't wait to use my new language skills in the real world. Dos cervezas, por favor.
With Babbel, get conversational in Spanish, French, German, and more. It just takes 10 to 15 minutes a day. Now try Babbel free. Just go to Babbel.com or download the Babbel app and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. So glad you're here. 239-479-5592. There's the phone number and the text line. You don't get to see him today, but you get to hear him today. Evan Brown, Fox News Radio, is on the phone with us. Live from the East Coast of the great state of Florida, getting ready for a pretty momentous day, Evan. I mean, there's no way else to put it except this is momentous. This is exciting. It harkens back to
right?
You know, for us space nerds, yeah, I guess so.
You are. You know, I can say you would probably agree that when I use your name and nerd together, it would be space nerd. You are. You're. It's not like you're nerdy or we're nerdy. It's just this love of.
I am proudly a space nerd.
Okay. I put that out there automatically, even on our YouTube channel, and then I thought, oh boy, maybe I should ask him first. Too late. But anyway, there's certainly this love, and talk a little bit about what we can expect today. How's the weather? Are we gonna be doing this in about 9 hours?
Weather is certainly the issue.
Right.
We have a good chance of good weather at launch time, which is 4:33 Eastern time. This afternoon, but there's not a full chance of it. So we have a possibility that weather would gum this thing up.
Oh.
And, that would That'll be disheartening, but look, you can't control the weather yet.
Yeah,
So it's obviously we want to be safe. The next window to do this, if we don't do this today, is this weekend. So hopefully, if certainly it doesn't work now. Excuse me as I yawn into your ear.
That was awesome.
Yeah, but if it doesn't go off this afternoon, we'll try again. Well, they'll try again this weekend, and the weather would look much better then. But everyone's hoping that we'll just get enough good weather to have enough time to get this thing launched. I have seen things launch, within like a half an hour of clouds breaking. Like the weather forecasters at what used to be called the Air Force, actually, the weather group at the Air Force, which may now actually be part of the Space Force, these group of people.
Yeah.
It was pouring raining at the Kennedy Space Center, and they said, no, it's going to clear up 15 minutes before launch time, and then it'll come back, start raining 15 minutes after. So we've got time to do this. And I could have just set my watch by it. It was amazing.
Wow.
So, hopefully that'll happen. If not, we'll watch it this weekend.
And it's an important flight because first time in 10 years that we've had a manned space flight here on U.S. soil, but also because of what it means moving forward when we're going to launch to the International Space Station, the race, if you will, right? I mean, there are a lot of implications here, certainly.
Well, there's wonderful implications here. Look, we're going to return the ability to send our own astronauts to space from American soil. And what's really cool about it is that we are seeing the jumpstart of a new industry, an American industry that's just far ahead of anything else anywhere on planet Earth that any other nation is doing. And that is the ability of private industry to bring people to space.
Yeah.
SpaceX is going to do it today, we think. Pretty soon, Boeing will do it. Those are our two contracted partners for NASA. And once these two companies can prove that they do it, the rest of the world is going to come at these American companies with American workers with their checkbooks open.
Yeah.
And say, look, we want to put our people in space.
Right. Yeah.
We don't have the resources to do it ourselves, but we certainly pay the fare. We can get someone up there. And so, and look how important this is. It's America doing it.
Right.
Not Russia.
Yeah.
Well, Russia will take you to space, but for a heck of a lot more money.
Yeah. Well, they're not the only game in town anymore. And
right. They're not the only game in town anymore.
Yep.
We're doing it for essentially a quarter to a fifth the cost where SpaceX is.
Can you imagine?
Iran is not doing it. China is not doing it. These are important things.
Yeah. No, I agree. And like you said, I love that it was a private industry that brought this to the table. It just shows the spirit, the ingenuity of the American people. Elon Musk, who is incredible. If there's anybody that's going to be able to change the weather, it's probably Elon Musk. His next bit of magic is going to be I'm going to manipulate the weather so that so SpaceX won't have any issues taking off.
If he doesn't build himself the Iron Man suit.
Yeah,
right?
and we laugh, but if there's one person that you could look at and say, yeah, he might be able to do it, it's Elon Musk.
He was in an Iron Man flick, if you know.
He was in it?
He was in one of them, the Iron Man 2. He had a cameo.
Oh, is that right? I didn't know that. I learned something valuable today.
Dude, you got to watch these Marvel films.
Yes, okay. I know you brought that up in the past. I think that's the second time in our conversations in the past 2 weeks that you've brought up Marvel comics and Marvel movies. I got to work on that. All right, Evan, I know it's busy for you today. I know you have a lot to do. It's an exciting day. I know how geeked out you are about this kind of thing, and so I was excited to talk to you today. And you probably didn't get a whole lot of sleep thinking about everything that's going on. It's a busy day for you, too, reporting. Yeah, no doubt. All right, my friend, listen, great to speak with you, and we'll do this again soon, okay?
You got it, my friend.
Right,
take care.
We'll see you. Yeah, it's a big day today. Everybody's Eben. I was excited to talk to him because I know he's going to be tired, but geeking out on this trip. And again, he brought up all the important points that I think need to be focused on today. I didn't ask him about the COVID issue. I'm afraid to do that. Maybe I'll just leave it to our local COVID expert here, as Jake, who's been studying this. Have you learned anything about COVID in space? Should we worry about COVID in space, my friend?
It's definitely a question of concern.
Okay. For who?
For all of us. All of humanity.
Well,
as a whole.
I haven't heard any. Okay, well, let's explain to everybody what's going on. 239-479-5592. If you want to call on the Tri-Town Construction Talk and Text line, we are streaming live on YouTube. If you want to watch each and every day, you go to Drew Steele Radio, spell Steele with 3 E's. Type that into the search bar there in YouTube. And please subscribe to the channel. We do appreciate that. And it'll pop up. You'll know when we're on. But we talked about how important this is, this private enterprise that comes along, SpaceX, that builds this, that puts this effort forward to get astronauts into space, to the International Space Station, leading on to what will be more transport into space, which will be tourists into space, the opportunity for you to go. The second part of this, obviously, is to get Americans flying means that there are options for other people, like Evan announced and talked about, to open up their checkbook and say, we want to get our men and women into space as well. And that will be an industry that will be brought here to the United States at a fraction of the cost of what it has been up to this point. Just showing you that when you're the only game in town, what you can do and manipulate. When you've got competition, then there's an opportunity for those prices to go down. Almost sounds like capitalism at work. Look at that. And the free market. But the point is that there are others that will want to be part of this race. There is a race here. Getting Americans flying into space on American craft is long overdue. The U.S. is in a civil and military space race with China, with just used its new Long March 5B launch vehicle to put a prototype of a new capsule into orbit. Beijing's slow, steady breakout into space will be a major international and extraterrestrial challenge of the next decade. That was from a Wall Street Journal piece. It was Taylor Dinnerman, who was an expert on national security and space issues. And that's the other part of this, everybody, that we cannot ignore, which is that there is a space race that's taking place. And you think of what could come of this. New versions of the Crew Dragon might be used as helicopters are used to take workers to oil platforms. If there's construction happening in space, if there's emergency situations where we may have the opportunity to rescue individuals in space. The things that could possibly come of this flight and the opportunities here are endless. But the bottom line is that it's American ingenuity. It's the United States. We're back, baby. Look at Jake. We're back. And Jake was like applauding. Evan brought up the United States, and Jake was like, woo. Give me a little woo. Give me a little you woo. Woo. It was bigger than that. That was a little woo, but it was a big woo.
Yeah, we're winning.
We're winning. All right. Wonder how many people are bothered. I hate to bring politics into this, but you have to. I mean, look at the program here. Wonder how many people are bothered by the fact that this is all happening on Donald Trump's watch as president of the United States. Oh, did you have to bring politics into... Yeah, I did. Because that's how polarized we are and how ridiculous it can be. I mean, if you could bring it in during a pandemic and say that somehow, in some way, shape, or form, the president is responsible for this pandemic, then you have to imagine there are people that are being ridiculous and taking politics into this. All right, it's Daybreak 925 Fox News. Let's find out what's happening with traffic up to the minute. Here's Sabrina Katz.
A crash at Pine Island Road and North Cleveland Avenue is still slowing traffic for 1 mile. So the right lane blocked. If you are heading this way from Business 41, the best way to navigate around it, just go ahead and hop on Pondella. Also, the crash in Lehigh at 82 and Parkdale Drive, not causing a major delay, but a little slowdown eastbound on 82 heading towards Jaguar. Also, my commuters in Collier County, Oaks Boulevard backed up for 1 mile northbound towards Immokalee Road. Stick to Logan. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, there will be a chance of rain. Few showers possible along the coastline, but the best opportunity will be the more inland that you get. Hot and humid, 91 degrees with that heat index and what it feels like between 100 to 105. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Dan Martineau here, owner of D.R. Martineau Roofing of Southwest Florida. We're still finding a lot of roofs with hurricane and windstorm damage. Call us today for a free inspection. Google DRM Roofing or call 239-332-1441.
License number CCC 1326954.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, always on time, or you don't pay a dime. Please visit us at www.onehourairnaples.com or call 844-1HOUR.
Pandemic, market drops, elections. Don't let the noise and fear distract you. Where do you go for clarity in uncertain times? I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's financial planner. For experience, advice on planning for retirement, visit savingtheinvestor.com.
True relief for back and neck pain.
During these challenging times, Johnson Spinal Care at 596 Back is still here to help people who are dealing with pain or weakness from back or neck conditions like stenosis, sciatica, arthritis, or pinched nerves. We are doing our best to continue to help people who are suffering using non-surgical spinal decompression therapy. We have redoubled our sterilization efforts to help keep you safe. Everything is thoroughly wiped down between every patient. You can trust that at Johnson Spinal Care we are taking every precaution, so please don't hesitate to seek spinal decompression for relief from your back or neck pain. Painless, comfortable, and safe. Avoid spinal injections or surgery. Don't suffer thinking you can't get any care for your condition. Helping Southwest Florida for over 12 years, we are just a phone call away. Call our Medicare-friendly office for a telephone consultation to learn more about spinal decompression. 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Great news, Southwest Florida. Below invoice employee pricing at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. That's right. Below invoice pricing on Chrysler Pacificas, Jeep Wranglers, Jeep Gladiators, and heavy-duty Ram trucks. Over 1,500 new and certified pre-owned vehicles in stock. Loaded, luxurious Grand Cherokee Limited lease. 0 down, $269 per month. That's right. Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited. 0 down, $269 per month. Plus at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, you can drive payment-free for 4 months, interest-free for 6 years, and worry-free up to 100,000 miles. Our parts, service, and body shop are open to serve you. Below invoice employee pricing at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com. 42 monthly sum, keep 10,000 miles per year, 0 due at signing plus tax title, doc, and dealer fee, 0 security deposit, $13.88 per month, 1,000 borrowed for 72 months at 0 APR with 0 down with lender approval.
Things are heating up in Southwest Florida, and summer is right around the corner. Cool off with the one and only Big Ken's Key Lime Pie, served only at Spanky's. To everyone else, he's Big Ken, but to me, he's Dad. Hi, this is Emily Monty, owner of Spanky's, here with Big Ken to tell you why you need to visit Spanky's.
That's right, hon. Some of my favorite things at Spanky's are the prime rib, baby back ribs, and the fresh seafood. And the atmosphere of being among vintage memorabilia, gas pumps, and antiques takes me back to a much simpler time.
Thanks, Dad. My husband Ted and I take great pride in the quality, variety, and value our customers have come to expect. Everyone enjoys Spanky's Speakeasy Lounge or outdoor waterfront patio dining. Spanky's is a true family restaurant, serving lunch and dinner daily, but closed Sundays for worship and rest. After 6 weeks of being closed, we've reopened our dining room and outdoor waterfront patio, of course with social distancing in mind. Come visit the Spanky's that you know and love today.
92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592. Anytime you want to call, text on the Tri-Town Construction Talk and Text line. Anytime you want to watch YouTube, go to YouTube, go to the search bar, type in Drew Steele Radio. Please subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it. You can watch. I was talking to Mike Opelka, our friend yesterday, pureopelka.com, and we were talking about the tweet that popped up yesterday. Did you see Joe Biden had a tweet yesterday, and all the tweet said was, wear a mask. That's all it said. Just wear a mask. And it had a picture of Joe Biden with that mask that he was wearing, the black Darth Vader look. Did you see that? The mask he was wearing. It was very Darth Vader-esque. It was kind of all he needed was the helmet.
Very dark side. Yeah.
It was. It was like Bane from Batman or Darth Vader-ish. It was very bizarre. You wonder why maybe some people shouldn't be wearing these big masks and the sunglasses. It was kind of weird. So we were talking about that, and we thought, man, can you imagine what would it be like if Joe Biden was Darth Vader? What in the world would that sound like?
And by the way, I sit on the stand, and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. And I tell you what, the men, they're now all men, the guys I work with down here, and they're all guys at the time. They're all good men. Most of them made an awful lot of themselves. And Earl Larkin had a rough time. And some of you knew Earl.
Corn Pop was a bad dude.
Why are you looking at me like that? I'm just saying, if Joe Biden was, I don't know, Mike Opelka was like, wouldn't it be strange if, I was like, yeah, it would be odd. No? Anyone? Jake's like, all right, moving on. All right, when we come back, let's talk about something else completely different. Maybe even different from Joe Biden. How about that? We can talk, if you want, about vote by mail, why Democrats are so insistent on vote by mail, why it's so important to them. Trump or Biden by a whisker with 1 million ballots thrown out. A vote by mail nightmare. That was a Wall Street Journal piece. It was pretty an interesting read we're going to get to. And what about Democrats? Why all of a sudden this vote by mail fascination? When not too long ago, it was even Jerry Nadler who was like, yeah, there's a lot of issues with paper ballots. We're going to get to that audio coming up.
This is Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
The team at Best Home Services understands that this is a time of much uncertainty and much unknown. With this uncertainty comes feelings of fear and panic. Please know that we are here for you today, tomorrow, and into the future as we move forward together, safely and comfortably. We are all in this together, and as stewards of our community, we promise to continue to provide you the services needed to keep you and your family safe. You are not alone. Best Home Services, our family protecting your family.
These are challenging times we're all living through. It's reasonable to expect stock market swings will remain higher than normal while we wait for global health to improve and businesses to get back in full swing. This will pass, but in the meantime, the purpose of the Sanibel Captiva Trust Company and its division, the Naples Trust Company, become ever clearer. We are here to serve as a partner in the strength of your wealth management, apply our expertise on your behalf, provide focused, thoughtful advice, and demonstrate a steadfast investment discipline to see you through the years, no matter what comes our way. Our investment team plans ahead for uncomfortable times, so your wealth management strategy stays intact. If you are not already a member of the Trust Company family, we invite you to discover the difference. Contact us at sancaptrustco.com. SANCAPtrustco.com.
Not FDIC insured. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed.
Hey, Aaron Walker here. Super excited to announce the grand opening of the all-new giant used car outlet at Naples Nissan. Finally, you can test drive hundreds of previously loved cars, trucks, and SUVs all in one spot. Toyota, Ford, Chevy, Mazda, you name it, we got it. And hey, what's the best part about outlet shopping? That's right. You save tons of money. Over 300 vehicles, wholesale priced, And all backed by our exclusive unlimited mile lifetime warranty. That's a warranty that lasts forever, and that's accepted anywhere in the USA. We've got at least 100 cars you could drive home right now for less than $200 a month. That's probably less than your cell phone bill. Need financing? We got you covered there too. Come see us at the all-new giant used car outlet at Naples Nissan right here on Pine Ridge Road. That's exit 107 off I-75 or visit naplesnissan.com. All offers with approved credit.
America is on the verge of a new, more hopeful, more confident and exciting era. I'm Chris Safati from Wink News.
And I'm Lois Tomey. The U.S. is going back to space, and the adventure will begin right here in Florida. Today, starting at 4, join Wink News for special live launch coverage of the rocket.
That will send 2 astronauts to the International Space Station from Cape Canaveral, America's return to space.
Special live coverage today beginning at 4, only on Wink News.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. 4 Minneapolis police officers are fired. One kept his knee on a suspect's neck as he pleaded he couldn't breathe.
Demonstrators gathering in Minneapolis to protest the death of a black man named George Floyd.
No justice, no peace. Prosecute the police.
Some protesters throwing rocks at the Minneapolis police precinct and smashing the windows of police cars.
Fox's Kevin Corke. House Republicans sue to stop members from being allowed to cast votes on others' behalf this week.
2 weeks ago, a divided House approved a standing order giving lawmakers the option to vote remotely for a limited amount of time due to the coronavirus pandemic. Representatives in districts close to D.C., like Virginia's Don Beyer and Maryland's Jimmy Raskin, have agreed to hold proxy votes for colleagues. Republican leaders oppose the plan, arguing if millions of essential American workers can show up, so can Congress.
Fox's Jared Halpern. America's listening to Fox News.
This Wink News update is presented by Stadium Dry Cleaners. Online at stadiumdrycleaners.com.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. A toddler that suffered horrible abuse has now died. Lee County deputies say Yanier Velasquez is the culprit, but he is free on bond and not yet facing a charge in the 23-month-old's death. The state attorney's office says this is an active case and they cannot comment yet. We're seeing a spike in coronavirus cases, but Lee Health says that is to be expected. CEO Dr. Larry Antonucci says it's not surprising because more people are getting tested. A portion of Corkscrew Road that always bottlenecks is getting a safety makeover. It's a 3-mile stretch that goes from Ben Hill Griffin East to Bellaterra. Today, the village will accept $3 million from the county to add sidewalks and streetlights to that portion. Today, a historic launch will take place at the Kennedy Space Center. Doug Hurley and Bob Behnken are preparing to jump in the cockpit of the Crew Dragon, the first manned commercial spacecraft in nearly a decade. The launch will mark a new era of human spaceflight for the U.S., and the moment will happen as the pandemic's impact looms. NASA and SpaceX have taken extra steps to ensure the safety of everyone involved. Only sanctioned personnel are allowed near the aircraft and rocket. They must wear masks and gloves, and the aircraft is cleaned twice daily. Starting Friday, you'll be able to save some cash on hurricane prep essentials. Things like water, batteries, and flashlights will all be tax-free. The sales tax holiday starts Friday and goes through Thursday, June 4th. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News traffic.
A crash at Pine Island Road and North Cleveland Avenue is still slowing traffic for 1 mile. So the right lane blocked. If you are heading this way from Business 41, the best way to navigate around it, just go ahead and hop on Pondella. Also, the crash in Lehigh at 82 and Parkdale Drive, not causing a major delay, but a little slowdown eastbound on 82 heading towards Jaguar. Also, my commuters in Collier County, Oaks Boulevard backed up for 1 mile northbound towards Immokalee Road. Stick to Logan. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, hot and humid. Heat index as high as 100 to 105. Please stay cool. We do have a chance for some spotty rain and storms. Few showers can't be ruled out along the coastline, but the greatest opportunity for rain will be the more inland that you get. Scattered rain and storms, very summer-like pattern for the rest of the work week towards the weekend. Scattered showers and storms pop up thanks to a lot of heat and moisture. Temperatures reaching the lower to middle 90s. Heat index 100 plus with some more rain chances mixed in as we hit next week. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Hi, this is Rick from Naples. I listen to Drew Steele in the morning, and I was right all along.
92.5 Fox News.
Right all along.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Want to talk about Stadium Dry Cleaners. My good friends, they are great people there. I've been going to Stadium Dry Cleaners, I'm telling you, for as long as I can remember. And you may know Larry Rose. Now, Larry is an experienced SEC and NFL referee. Well, I know Larry has a fantastic dry cleaner and a great businessman. Look, you're going to love Stadium Dry Cleaners. They have discounts for our first responders and seniors. They have multiple locations near Publix at Daniels Crossing in Fort Myers, the Gateway Trade Center in Fort Myers, and the Elegant Image Dry Cleaners next to Walgreens on Del Prado in Cape Coral. They are Lee County's leading dry cleaner since 1988. With 30 years of experience in Lee County, I'm telling you, I trust my family's dry cleaning to Larry and the team at Stadium Dry Cleaners. So will you visit them? Visit stadiumdrycleaners.com and look for their monthly specials for great savings.
Hi, I'm Bob Grace, founder of Grace Tax Advisory Group. We want to earn your trust the old-fashioned way by treating you with honesty and respect and by bringing full disclosure and value to you and your family. At Grace Tax Advisory Group, we pride ourselves in having in-house wealth managers, attorneys, and CPAs all under one roof who actually talk to each other. That means my fiduciary team works together to design your retirement income plan, tax reduction strategies, wills, trust, and health care plans. If you've saved $250,000 or more for retirement, your plan, including your first-year tax return, is absolutely free. To schedule a visit, call or text the word VISIT, V-I-S-I-T, to 866-366-1099. That's VISIT, V-I-S-I-T, to 866-366-1099. Or go to retirewithgrace.com.
Investment advisory services offered through Grace Capital Management Group, LLC, a registered investment advisor.
Hey guys, Dr. Amy here, your favorite chiropractor. We're back for your daily dose of Did You Know Chiropractic can help with that. And today we are talking about headaches. I have seen an uptick in headaches lately just because people are super stressed out with everything that's happening in the world right now. And increased stress will cause tension in the muscles in your neck, can help pull your curve out of the neck that's supposed to be there, and will cause you to have headaches. And no headache that you have is normal. Even if you are stressed out, you should not be having headaches. But chiropractic can actually help restore the proper positioning of your spine, help you process through that stress a little better, and help with those headaches that you may be having or that a loved one may be having. If you have questions as to how chiropractic can help you, call us at 239-628-4899. And always remember, your power is on.
92.5 Fox News.
Stay break, 92.5 Fox News. My name is Drew Steele. His name right there, that is Jake the Millennial, looking dapper today. I can't even say that with a straight face. And you can see us any day you want, anytime you want on YouTube. Go to our YouTube channel. Just in the search bar, type in Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. And subscribe, please, to the channel, because when you do, you'll know when we're on, and you can watch live. We do appreciate it. And anytime you want to call or text, 239-479-5592. That is the Tri-Town Construction Talk and Text line, which you're going to need because in about 10 more minutes or so, Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD and get some great prizes and a diploma, and how you'll do on that. Well, we'll all see and hear and watch and listen. So it's always a lot of fun to see how that goes. So I saw this yesterday. You know, I live in a new neighborhood where there are a lot of creatures roaming. Everybody heard the story about my fascinating story about the spider that I found in my toilet. It's a long story. I'm fine. Everything is okay. A black widow, to be exact. A few brown recluse around my house as well. An alligator who was videotaped by a neighbor trying to get in their front door about 2.5, 3 feet, which was creepy. There were there's rattlesnakes. There's all kinds of animals out by where I live now. And I saw that yesterday or the day before, was it? There was a bear in Fort Myers chasing a bear downtown Fort Myers. They finally got him by bringing him into a trap with donuts. And I thought of you, Jake. I don't know why. I thought when I heard donuts, I thought of you.
I like donuts.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that I might take some of what the trappers there, the wildlife conservation people decided to do with this black bear. And in order to get him, because they didn't want to tranquilize him, they were worried that he might run out into traffic. So instead, they lured him into a trap with, donuts. Not just any donuts. They were, were they Krispy Kremes? I think that's, I don't know. I don't want to go there, but I think that's what they did with donuts. So I thought, what a great idea, Jake. On days when I'm not sure if you're going to show up, I'll leave some donuts here for you. How's that?
All right. Jelly filled.
Enough said. I'm just trying to incorporate the news into our daily lives. So trying to bring it all back around. Sometimes it works. So, hey, moving on. How about vote by mail? Who's worried? Anybody worried? Are you worried about vote by mail? Let me ask you. Paper ballots, vote by mail. How it seems like the Democrats would love nothing more than to have national, statewide vote by mail, not as an option for absentee ballots, not as an option for some, but the only way to do it in this era of Rona. The only way to do it is to have ballots, paper ballots, vote by mail. What could possibly go wrong? Now, I saw some op-eds here locally in the Naples News, Collier County, people saying, well, wait a minute, we do this all the time. What's the problem here? We never have any issues. We never have any issues in Collier County. And what about that? And I hear that often, even in Fort Myers, people saying it seems like it works here. Why couldn't it? Well, I wonder, could it be a situation where in certain areas, in small quantities, in areas, I don't know, like Collier County, Lee County, maybe it's not that big a deal. Maybe because, I don't know, the people running the show who are good, honest, hardworking people who want to play by the rules and play by the book and do things right. And then there are others who want to use the opportunity of vote by mail and paper ballots as opportunity. I don't know, a fraud. Just putting that out there. Am I off base? Because there are more than a few polls that are out there right now that suggest that you, even here in Southwest Florida, you're not fond of the idea of having mail-in only. Like the convenience, a vote at home, as Nancy Pelosi wants to put it. She says it's more like it's voting at home. It's sitting back and kicking back on your couch and feeling good. Vote by mail nightmare. Trump or Biden by a whisker, with 1 million ballots thrown out. That is a Wall Street Journal opinion piece. And I would encourage you to read this piece if you can, because if you're trying to figure out how it could be that there might be a problem with mail-in only, with paper ballots. Roughly 100 million Americans voted in the flesh during the 2016 elections, mingling at 117,000 polling places, 918,000 staff, many of whom were seniors. Given how fast COVID-19 is spread without this kind of natural mixer, it's easy to see why an epidemiologist might dread November. Then it goes on to talk about Gavin Newsom in California. Wants to ensure that everybody votes, ensuring that every registered voter has an opportunity to vote. That's all it is. That's what we're trying to accomplish. We just want to make sure that if you want to vote, you have the opportunity to vote. That if you're afraid, if you're scared, if you're worried about commingling with others and going to a polling place and forget the idea that you go to a Publix and you go to the beach and you go to stores and you go shopping and you do all of these things, essential businesses all the time. But this is a whole different animal because, anyway, I digress. 2016, almost a quarter of the votes were carried out by the post, according to the Federal Election Commission. Roughly 1% of submitted absentee ballots were rejected. Half of the time, the voter's signature was missing or didn't match the John Hancock on file. Another quarter of these ballots arrived after the deadline. In all, 319,000 votes were thrown out. And now we go into what people have done in certain states. The concerns about mismatched ballots, ballot harvesting. A lot of people here in the state of Florida are fighting the legislature, fighting the legislature in the courts. They're fighting the courts. They want to be able to have mail-in ballots here across the board in the state of Florida, that option, and they want third parties, ballot harvesting, third parties to be able to pick it up. Anybody, either you or a friend or somebody else to be able to deliver these ballots. So what's the problem here? What could you imagine would be the issue? Well, this article goes on. Imagine this. It's November 4th, 2020. Swarms of people have voted by mail for the first time, many of them incorrectly. State election officials are struggling to keep up with the deluge. The presidential race is tight with Donald Trump or Joe Biden. Pick your poison, as the article puts it. We know which is the poison and which isn't. Leading nationally by 500,000, similar to the popular vote in 2000, but something like 1 million mail-in ballots have been thrown out. The Electoral College comes down to Ohio and Wisconsin, where the contenders are separated by several thousand votes. For 10 days, late ballots keep being counted in Ohio as voters race to fix bad signatures. It sets off a scramble of challenges and counter-challenges. Mr. Biden files a lawsuit pointing to higher rates of ballot rejection in areas with more black voters. Mr. Trump accuses Democratic activists in Wisconsin of mass ballot harvesting. Maybe a canvasser in Milwaukee finds a box of votes in his trunk that he, forgot to deliver. Oh, and that happens, and it did happen, and it's happened many, many, many times. Just imagine a ballot harvester, somebody who goes to a community and innocently just picks up these votes, these ballots, puts them in a box, and maybe they realize that district is a district or an area that they don't want those votes to show up, and all of a sudden it's into the back of the trunk, and they just forgot. Mind you, that there are those Democrats in Congress, through the HEROES Act passed by the House, would mandate the counting of late ballots postmarked before Election Day with a uniform 10 days to cure bad signatures. It also states that states shall permit a voter to designate any person to return a voted and sealed absentee ballot on the sole condition that canvassers not be paid per vote. In effect, it would impose ballot harvesting. Now, what's the problem here? Why is it a big deal? Because there are states now that are saying, well, you know what? The signatures, do we really need a signature? Nevada. Signatures, you don't need that. Voter ID, please. You have to prove who you are? No, we don't. Just hand me the piece of paper, please. You don't have to prove anything. You don't even have to sign it. People will use this to manipulate. They will use this to perpetuate fraud, bank on it, big time. This is what they'll do. And before anybody starts getting crazy, and I'm going to take some calls too. We'll get to your phone calls, 239-479-5592. Understand that when I say this, and I know you feel the same way, but there are some people, I have a lot of liberals that listen to this program and watch on YouTube. Thank you. Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. You can comment, by the way. The comments will pop up on the screen. If you'd like to comment on this or any other topic we're talking about, you can watch and please subscribe to the channel. That would look and say, the suggestion is that that liberals, the Democrats are the only ones that would do this. Look, I don't want anybody to do it. I don't want Republicans to do it. I don't want Democrats to do it. I don't want anybody to do anything that would circumvent your vote, that would go around you, that would do anything to eliminate your vote at all. I don't care who it is. I don't want anybody doing it. I want to make sure that the integrity of the vote stands. But I do know that more oftentimes than not, a lot more often, we tend to see these in areas where, Democrats around. And I could even prove to you how some Democrats feel in just a second. Judy's in Naples, wanted to comment on this. Hello, Judy.
Well, hello. Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
My brain is like ready to explode with everything that I listened to while I was on hold. Not to mention what I was listening to before I went on hold.
All right. Well, is this a good explosion of your brain or a bad explosion of your brain?
No, it is absolutely insanity to go to sole mail-in ballots. It's insanity.
Yeah.
And how many times do we have to be proven that mail-in ballots are fraught with fraud?
Yeah.
Can anybody say Broward County?
Yeah.
Can anybody say Madison County in 2013? I lived there. I lived through it.
Yeah.
A friend of mine was running, I believe, for one of the county commission seats or possibly a student school board seat.
Mm-hmm.
One of my friends.
Yeah.
When I went to bed, she was winning. When I woke up, 100 ballots came in from District 1 in Madison County in mail-in ballot.
Yeah.
Now, we're talking Madison County. The population in Madison County is approximately 15,000. District 1 is less than 5,000 people.
Mm.
And there were 100 mail-in ballots that were counted.
Yeah.
And these mail-in ballots, the only vote cast on the mail-in ballots was for that one position.
Yeah. Interesting how that works, right?
And it's insanity.
Yeah.
We know it happens.
Yep.
We know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
If you don't want to go to the polls, first, allow me to challenge you to not go anywhere.
Yeah.
If you are not going to go to the polls, then you should not go to Publix. You should not go to Home Depot.
Yep.
You should not go to Lowe's.
Nope.
You should not go anywhere if you will not go to the polls.
But that's the point, Judy. You nailed it right there, and that's it. You're supposed to stay home, Judy. You're not supposed to go to all these places. Don't you understand? There's a pandemic happening right now, and by 6 months from now, it's still going to be happening. Well, maybe not, but we're going to keep you at home anyway, Judy, because you need to be there. You need to stop leaving your house because it's not safe.
That's also a whole nother debate.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, a whole other debate.
I know, Judy. I got to run. Listen, but thanks for the call, Judy. I appreciate it. And let me just before we get to Drew's college, let me just play this little bit of audio. 2004, none other than Jerry Nadler being asked about this very topic in 2004. They had a little bit of an issue there in Ohio and a race there that they were concerned about and the integrity of the vote in the 2004 election. And what did Jerry Nadler, Democrat Jerry Nadler, say about paper ballots?
Yeah, it's a very tempting point. As a very experienced, practical politician from New York, I feel constrained to observe that in my experience in New York, paper ballots are extremely susceptible to fraud. And at least with the old clunky voting machines that we have in New York, the deliberate fraud is way down compared to paper. When the machines break down and they vote on paper, we've had real problems. So there's got to be a way. There's got to be a way. I'm simply observing that as a problem. There's got to be a way of getting the best of our methodologies.
Now, he was listening to someone who was trying to argue the point there in front of a Senate committee about House committee, about this issue, and she was trying to make the point that paper ballots are a good thing.
But in fact, the MIT studies have shown that hand-counted paper ballots are among the most reliable. And at least if there's a miscount, you can discover it. You can't discover miscounts with these machines.
Then maybe optical scan with paper. I want a paper trail. I want paper somewhere, but pure paper with no machines. I can show you experience, which would make your head spin.
I could show you experience in New York that would make your head spin. Jerry Nadler even knew in 2004 about the fraud when it comes to paper ballots. And what happened? No, seriously. What happened, everybody? What changed? Why is it that Jerry Nadler went, hey, listen, a paper ballot, no, we can't go, we can't do this. Mail in, mail from home. No, we can't. Oh, wait. Oh, we can benefit from this. Never mind, everything's fine. We got to do more paper ballots. Come on. Oh, they benefit. Okay. Is that what happened? All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. Who's ready? Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you're in a PhD. Caller number, Jake says 3. Caller number 3 right now at 239-479-5592. We'll play Drew's College. You'll get the diploma. You'll get great prizes. Coming up, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. Right all along with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
A crash in Fort Myers at Hanson Street and Work Street. This is to the west of Veronica Shoemaker. No major backups for right now. Now, if you are heading northbound on Winkler Road towards Cypress Lake, expect a delay bumper to bumper for about 1 mile. Go ahead and stick to McGregor Boulevard if you can. That's the best way to navigate around it. Also, commuters coming out of Cape Coral, hey, still a great commute on both bridges into Fort Myers. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, there will be a chance of rain, few showers possible along the coastline, but the best opportunity will be the more inland that you get. Hot and humid, 91 degrees with that heat index and what it feels like between 100 to 105. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
You have a legal question? Are you curious about the law and your rights in either a personal injury matter, a divorce, maybe a business or employment law matter? Join us, Parrish and Goodman, attorneys at law, every Saturday at 11 o'clock here on Fox News Radio for the Parrish and Goodman Legal Matters program. We have offices in Fort Myers and Tampa and can be found online at www.gopglaw.com. If you have a question or topic you would like to hear us discuss on air, email me at rgoodman@parrishgoodman.com. We hope you will spend time with us here every Saturday at 11 o'clock for the Parrish and Goodman Legal Matters show on Fox News Radio.
Every family is different. Your wealth strategy should be a reflection of your family's needs, challenges, and goals. At Finemark National Bank and Trust, we build a financial strategy around you. Finemark offers custom investment portfolios, trust and estate services, private banking, and financial planning. At Finemark, we believe in building something extraordinary. Stop by one of our offices in Fort Myers, Bonita Springs, Estero, and Naples, or visit us online at finemarkbank.com.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Bill in North Fort Myers. Hello, Bill.
Good morning there, Drew. How are you,
I'm
sir?
fine, sir. Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you're in a PhD. Your associate's degree question, sir, starts right now. Hey, Bill, who's the governor of the great state of Florida? His name is?
DeSantis.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got an associate's. We'll see if you can get a bachelor's on this question. If the president can no longer serve, who becomes the president?
The vice president.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. We know the Republican Party. When you think of Republicans, you think of elephants, right? When you think of Democrats, you think of
jackasses.
Can we accept? We can accept that. Donkeys. Yes.
Yes, jackass.
Okay, we got it, Bill. All right.
Democrat,
okay,
Democrat.
yeah. All right, correct, sir. All right, you got a master's. We'll see if we get a PhD on this question. All right, who preceded Ronald Reagan as president of the United States?
Jimbo Carter.
That is correct, sir.
Jimbo.
Look at you. Yeah, all right, you got it. Congratulations. Look at you. You got a PhD today on Drew's College, Bill. A fine job you have done, sir.
And the Ferrari.
And the Ferrari. I don't know. Jake knows what that means. I have no clue. But here's the thing. You got a PhD on Drew's College. You get to talk to Jake the Millennial, about prizes and diplomas and such.
Thanking you very much, Jake. I mean, Drew.
Yes, he's Jake. I'm Drew. All right, stay there, Bill.
Thanking you so much.
We thank you back, sir. There goes Bill. All right, when we come back, we'll talk more about SpaceX. Fantastic launch today. Fingers crossed, weather permitting, hopefully. We'll get to that and some more issues coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
You know Tri-Town Construction as your one-stop shop for all your construction and repair needs, including roofing and remodeling to new custom home construction. Tri-Town Construction wants you to know that they're available to serve your needs during this time of staying at home. As a locally owned and operated business, Tri-Town Construction has always maintained a policy of giving back. Well, they have stepped that up even more. As we all endure this pandemic, Tri-Town Construction is partnered with Seaside Bar and Grill in Bonita Springs and will donate meals from the proceeds of every job they do during this time to those frontline responders helping to keep us safe and healthy. Online at tri-townconstruction.com. Again, tri-townconstruction.com. Tri-Town Construction is ready when you are. Homegrown and here to stay. Safety first, Southwest Florida.
When you think RV, think La Mesa RV. Everyday low prices on every RV. Top brands like Winnebago, Fleetwood, and Integra. Huge selection, over 2,000 new and used RVs in stock nationwide. A new Thor Sequence motorhome, number 101914, is discounted over $11,000. When you think RV, think La Mesa RV. I-75 at Luckett Road in Fort Myers or LaMesaRV.com. All advertised prices plus tax title and $9.95 dealer fee. Offer expires day of ad.
I'm Casey Askar. More immigrants come to America than any other nation on earth. But with a deadly virus spreading across the globe and millions of Americans unemployed, our borders have to be secure. That's why President Trump's order suspending immigration is essential. This pandemic proves just how important borders are. I'm Casey Askar, and I approve this message. I'll help the president finish the wall and control the border once and for all.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. A toddler that suffered horrible abuse has now died. Lee County deputies say Yanier Velasquez is the culprit, but he is free on bond and not yet facing a charge in the 23-month-old's death. The state attorney's office says this is an active case and they cannot comment yet. We're seeing a spike in coronavirus cases, but Lee Health says that is to be expected. CEO Dr. Larry Antonucci says it's not surprising because more people are getting tested. A portion of Corkscrew Road that always bottlenecks is getting a safety makeover. It's a 3-mile stretch that goes from Ben Hill Griffin East to Bellaterra. Today, the village will accept $3 million from the county to add sidewalks and streetlights to that portion. Today, a historic launch will take place at the Kennedy Space Center. Doug Hurley and Bob Behnken are preparing to jump in the cockpit of the Crew Dragon, the first manned commercial spacecraft in nearly a decade. The launch will mark a new era of human spaceflight for the U.S., and the moment will happen as the pandemic's impact looms. NASA and SpaceX have taken extra steps to ensure the safety of everyone involved. Only sanctioned personnel are allowed near the aircraft and rocket. They must wear masks and gloves, and the aircraft is cleaned twice daily. Starting Friday, you'll be able to save some cash on hurricane prep essentials. Things like water, batteries, and flashlights will all be tax-free. The sales tax holiday starts Friday and goes through Thursday, June 4th. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News traffic.
A crash in Fort Myers at Hampton Street and Work Street. This is to the west of Veronica Shoemaker. No major backups for right now. Now, if you are heading northbound on Winkler Road towards Cypress Lake, expect a delay bumper to bumper for about 1 mile. Go ahead and stick to McGregor Boulevard if you can. That's the best way to navigate around it. Also, commuters coming out of Cape Coral, hey, still a great commute on both bridges into Fort Myers. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, hot and humid. Heat index as high as 100 to 105. Please stay cool. We do have a chance for some spotty rain and storms. Few showers can't be ruled out along the coastline, but the greatest opportunity for rain will be the more inland that you get. Scattered rain and storms, very summer-like pattern for the rest of the work week towards the weekend. Scattered showers and storms pop up thanks to a lot of heat and moisture. Temperatures reaching the lower to middle 90s. Heat index 100 plus with some more rain chances mixed in as we hit next week. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
I listened to 92.5, Drew Steele in the morning, and I was right all along.
92.5 Fox News.
Right all along.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. My friends at Zero Res Carpet and Tile Cleaning want to let you know, look, your safety and your family's safety is their top priority. In the light of the current health and safety concerns, Zero Res wants to let you know about some of the procedures and preventative measures for added protection. Practicing safe social distancing while in your home. You can even leave or stay in another room and they can communicate with you by phone. How cool is that? Cleaning and disinfecting all equipment with EPA registered disinfectants between each job. The techs are wearing gloves and booties. They're supplementing the supply of products that are EPA approved to clean and disinfect hard surfaces, and as an added preventive measure, and no additional fee, they're going to treat doorknobs with the EPA approved hospital-grade disinfecting products. Look, the top priority is to create peace of mind by providing people with healthy, safe, clean home and work environments, and they're going to continue to do just that through this difficult time. Give them a call at 239-932-9376. That's 239-932-9376, or online at zeroresSWFL.com. Spell it backwards or forwards, it still spells the same. ZEROREZ.
Your local 1 Hour air conditioning and heating team is open and ready to serve you. AC isn't a luxury, but rather is essential to your life. Give our team a call at 844-1HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Hey, it's Drew Steele here, and hurricane season, you know, it's upon us, and it's supposed to be a pretty active season for 2020. Get peace of mind from my friends at Generator Supercenter, the #1 Generac automatic standby generator dealer in the nation. You don't have to sweat the next outage. I've had my Generac for years. It is amazing. Get your free estimate on your Generac automatic standby generator today, in time for hurricane season, with expert installation and 24-hour monitoring. Generator Supercenter. Give them a shout at 204-3469. That's 204-3469 for Generator Supercenter.
Water is life in Southwest Florida. It drives our economy from tourism to fishing to boating and quality of life. This is Adam Botana from Baywater Exclusive Boat Club, and we talk water for an hour every weekend on Fox News Radio. We feature guests on water quality, water safety, and water fun, including great boating day trips and tips on fishing. Join us this Saturday at 7 a.m. for the Baywater Exclusive Boat Club Hour with Adam Botana on 92.5 Fox News.
Fox News.
I've always wanted to learn another language, but every time I try, it never sticks. So I decided to give Babbel a try, and I really like the teaching method of the app. I started with the beginner lesson on Babbel, and it starts with simple words and phrases, and soon you're putting those words into a conversation. Each lesson takes about 10 to 15 minutes, and they're all really different, which keeps things interesting. The app is really smart. It actually keeps track of the words I'm struggling with, so I can practice them and get better. I chose Babbel because it was created by real language teachers. They built it around real life, how people actually communicate, and what they care about. I can't wait to use my new language skills in the real world. Dos cervezas, por favor.
With Babbel, get conversational in Spanish, French, German, and more. It just takes 10 to 15 minutes a day. Now try Babbel free. Just go to Babbel.com or download the Babbel app and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. I am so glad you're joining us. If you're listening, certainly you can call anytime you like or text 239-479-5592. That's the Tri-Town Construction Talk and Text line. Anytime you want to watch, we are live, streaming live on our YouTube channel, Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. You can just type that into the search bar in YouTube, and you can watch us. And please subscribe to the channel. We do appreciate you doing that as well. You know, it was interesting yesterday when I was listening to, I was actually watching MSNBC and looking even on Twitter and noticing something that was going viral that I thought I was the only one that picked up on, but I wasn't crazy, as I saw others that were picking up on this viral moment where an MSNBC reporter's in Wisconsin and they are beside themselves. They're looking around and they're seeing people without masks on as they're walking around. And of course, the reporter's wearing a mask himself. And as he's reporting and he's turning to somebody who's filming him on their iPhone, because that person had questions, and they were outraged by this person who was filming them, and to the point where it went like this.
You can see, here, just around. Nobody's wearing them. Nobody's, there you go, including the cameraman. Yeah. Katie?
Striking images, Cal Perry.
Striking images, Cal Perry. What? Striking images? So what happened was, he was saying striking images of people not wearing masks and walking around in parks and having a good time, you know, enjoying their liberties and freedom. And this person on the phone said, well, hold on a second. Your cameraman's not wearing a mask, you hypocrite. And he said, yeah. Wait a minute. Did that just happen? Yes, it did. And then people have the questions. Well, what about masks? What about the president and some of what he has decided that he would like to see happen during this pandemic and the actions that he is taking? As a matter of fact, somebody who was taking hydroxychloroquine as a prophylactic. Was that a smart move? People questioning that and masks and not having masks. So I'm happy to be joined right now by RNC committeeman in Texas. And I believe not only that, but also an internal medicine doctor, specialist. This is Dr. Robin Armstrong, who's joining us right now on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. It is Drew Steele. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me on this morning.
I appreciate you being here. And as you can imagine, we love Texas. We have this affection for Texas, Doctor. You probably understand that. There's a little liberty and freedom, a little streak of liberty and some other things that are happening in Texas that we kind of love here in the state of Florida. So we can always appreciate where you are politically and what is happening there in the state. But what about this, Doctor? What about, for example, I know that you have an article that was up in USA Today that was talking about this on masks and hydroxychloroquine. As a physician, I know science supports the president. Well, why don't we start with that? You heard the audio from the reporter there on MSNBC. He's wearing a mask, but his cameraman's not. And he's outraged, and everybody's outraged there on the network that nobody was wearing masks while they were out and about. What's your take on what is happening with masks right now and where we stand during all of this?
Well, it certainly seems now to be more of a control issue than anything else. I think that masks are important to protect others from you. They're really not. But if you're able to socially distance, then they're not necessary. If you're outdoors, and you're going to be certain distances away from folks, they're probably not necessary. The president certainly is able to socially distance whenever he needs to or wants to, and so probably not necessary for him to wear a mask all the time. We certainly wear them in the hospitals where I practice. I have one on now. I've been wearing it this morning while I've been rounding on patients. But I believe that it's an issue where people should have the freedom to make their own choices about wearing a mask or not. It's not a complicated thing at all. We're kind of on the downside of this virus, and I believe that the liberals are making a play to have us wear masks all the time.
Yeah.
They're probably going to want to make this the norm, and it's because it's just the way they are. It's a measure of control, a measure of keeping fear on people, and so I believe that we really need to move on from this conversation. Certainly, we're smart enough to figure out how to wash our hands, socially distance, not cough and sneeze on people. I mean, we're smart enough to figure that out. So I think we should move on. It's amazing what the liberals are trudging up now.
Yeah. And it's funny you say that because there is that common sense factor, one that was there even before this pandemic. Every time I walk into a bathroom in a restaurant, it says all employees must wash their hands, which I always question. I want everybody who walks out of this bathroom to wash. Why just employees? Everyone, if you're looking in the mirror right now, you should be walking out of this bathroom washing your hands. Like I always thought that was humorous. I don't know, I always got a kick out of that. But that kind of common sense that we all had even before, that we hope that people were doing. But we also, Doctor, do live with margin, right? I mean, we take risks each and every day. Every day we decide what the risk is, the cost benefit of everything that we do. Are you starting to see now when it comes to the science, which we're looking at? Some might say that the president doesn't believe in science. Whatever, it doesn't believe in science. Stand back for a second. That the question becomes, with what we know now with the virus and what we can and should be doing. Even when it comes to masks and washing hands and everything else, are we at that point where now we have to open up and get back to business? And certainly in Texas, the governor there, Governor Abbott, believes the same way, that not only do we need to get open for business because there's also that aspect of it, the mental health issues that we can maybe even discuss, but certainly the fact that we all live with margin every day, the cost benefits of everything that we do. We have to start to put this into perspective, no?
Absolutely, you're absolutely right. We need to continue, and I think the president's instinct on this was right a few weeks ago to start opening things up again. It is essential that we do that. What folks don't realize is the science actually says that more people will die from not opening up the economy. Poverty in low socioeconomic classes actually it kills people. Poverty kills people. And so we have to get folks back to work. I mean, we have to get folks, you look at who's been affected most by the COVID-19 virus. It's been the folks who are chronically ill, elderly, and impoverished. And so it is so important that we get folks back to work. I mean, and people want to go back to work. It's important that we use common sense. We have to be able to trust our people. In a free society, we have to be able to trust people to make decisions that are best for them. I believe the American people, I certainly know Floridians and Texans are smart enough to be sure we protect our elderly, we protect those who are vulnerable, we protect those who are infirmed, and at the same time, we can go to work at the same time. We could do things, we could protect people, go to work, do what we need to do, enjoy our sports and athletics, and move on from this. So I think you're absolutely right. We've got to move forward. In getting this economy going again, because that's going to have more detrimental effects long term. What I've seen here in Texas and everywhere as well with shutting down elective procedures. We've had folks who have not had life-saving procedures because they've been deemed elective. We've had our medical boards and regulators come in and say the governor has declared that you cannot do an elective procedure, and so we're going to punish you if you do this. And so I had calls from folks who did not have life-saving ovarian cancer surgery in early March because it was deemed elective at the time. That's stuff that we just have to push that aside. New York needs to open up. New Jersey needs to open up. I know the red states with governors who have common sense are opening up now, but these blue states need to open up as well because their residents, folks who live in their states, are being harmed significantly by them keeping their states closed.
Yeah. I hate that it's a red and blue issue. I got to tell you, Doctor, I hate that we're even saying that. Because as an American, as someone who loves this country, who loves the constitutional republic that we are and hopefully will continue to be, although we're fighting forces against that every day, there's certainly something that we need to talk about, which is there has to be that point where we're like, enough is enough. Red and blue, we don't even want to talk about that. Just open up and let's get back to work. We've done everything we needed to do early on when we didn't know a lot about this virus, and now we know plenty. To flatten a curve, not to make a virus go away, but to make sure that you and hospitals, right, were not overwhelmed, and we did that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We did it very well. Actually, our hospitals were empty. We had a lot of hospitals in Texas here that were not busy at all. I actually worked at one hospital that was deemed sort of a COVID hospital. And so we were very busy because we had all the COVID patients coming to our facility from all over. We were able to treat some patients at a nursing home as well. And we had some success with that. But yes, the hospitals were not only not overrun in Texas, but they were lower capacity. They were furloughing workers and cutting nurses' hours and everything. And so we had just the opposite take place. And so we were so well prepared that our hospitals were completely empty for a while. And so, but now we're gearing up again. We're doing elective procedures, and so we're getting them back online, which is important. I think that it certainly in some ways we prepared and over prepared for this.
Yeah.
And so I think we're going to be smarter. And we pray that this doesn't happen again. But I think if it does, we're going to be a lot smarter and handle things a lot differently.
Yeah, no doubt. RNC committeeman here in the state of Texas, also an internal medicine specialist, Dr. Robin Armstrong, is joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. He's got an article that you can read in USA Today on masks and hydroxychloroquine. As a physician, I know science supports President Trump. And, you brought it up in the article. I've talked about it. Many people have talked about hydroxychloroquine. And once the president decided that it was something that he was going to talk about, well, as you can imagine, and because you witnessed it yourself, all bets were off. That's it. It's evil. It's bad. If the president is talking about it, then clearly we have to dismiss it as something that could be used as anything, whether it's a prophylactic or whether it's something that could be a therapeutic. And it's outrageous what has become of the hydroxychloroquine discussion. But Can you speak to that directly? I mean, as an internal medicine specialist, is it something you've used? Is it something that you have witnessed the use of and the benefits from? What are your thoughts? What have you witnessed yourself?
Absolutely. So we've used it. I actually have been attacked nationally because we used it in a nursing home setting. We treated 38 patients in a nursing facility here, and 35 of them recovered, which is fantastic for what's happening. These are the sickest patients in our society, and they were sick and infirm, and they did well. And they were all COVID positive, and they actually recovered from the virus. And so, but I've been attacked for that, and because of what the media has pushed. The media has pushed that it doesn't work, it kills people, which is absolutely not true. I've prescribed hydroxychloroquine. I've taken it myself for 6 weeks when I went to Africa, had no effects at all. We actually did EKGs on every patient that we gave it to, and they did not have any of the prolonged QTC interval EKG changes that they expect that causes cardiac issues. And so it's amazing to me how they vilify this drug. Every study that they've done has been in hospitalized patients.
Yeah.
My contention is that it needs to be used earlier, and it is effective against COVID-19.
Right.
It's been my experience. And I'll tell you, they're using it prophylactically in India right now. They're using it as first-line therapy in South Korea. They used it in China, first-line therapy. And so this is being used all over the world. In France, it's being used as first-line therapy. And so our media has vilified this medication that is old, 60 years old, that is safe, that could be potentially used to mitigate symptoms of COVID-19 in this country. They vilified it, and they've made a lot of physicians scared to use it because they're afraid of their medical boards. And so I believe the media has cost lives in this situation. I believe the FDA has cost lives in this situation by issuing an emergency use authorization saying it can't be used unless it's in the hospital or in a clinical study.
Yeah.
Well, I've said it. I don't think it works as well in the hospital, and so they've allowed for the use of a medication where it's least effective.
Right.
And so I believe that the FDA, I believe that these medical boards, I believe that the media has cost lives because they're not allowing this medication to be used that is taken prophylactically by healthcare workers in the nation of India right now.
Yeah,
and I think that's really unfortunate.
And two important points to bring up. The first one about when you use it, at what point you use it. I would love to see some of these VA studies and some others where they said, oh, well, it caused death. Well, how late in the process did you use it? Were they near death? Were they this close? My fingers are thinly spread apart to death. And you were like, oh, well, let's try this at this moment in time where it was going to be too late anyway. You're talking about using it early on when someone is diagnosed and someone has symptoms because of it. I would love to know that aspect of it, the first point. And then the second point is one that drives me crazy, doctor, and it's this. It's this idea that, well, we're talking about using it in a controlled environment. A doctor is prescribing it. No, what about the people that are going to go out and pop this pill on their own and get it on? What? There's a black market for hydroxychloroquine? Where is that at? Where are you going to go? You can barely go to the supermarket now and get Sudafed. You go to a CVS, you can't even buy that without going behind the counter. Where are you going to go to get this hydroxychloroquine black market that people are popping all over the world? I mean, some of it is just outrageous, and you can tell that there's that straw man or that fight or that argument that just doesn't hold weight, right?
Absolutely, it does not. And I will tell you, the best proof is I have lots of doctor friends, and just about every doctor friend that I know has hydroxychloroquine at his home in case he gets sick. And so that's very good proof that whatever the studies show in hospitalized patients, doctors have it for themselves and their families in case they get ill. And so it's important that we just step back as a society and not see everything, as you said, as red and blue, but just look at the science and see what works. We're trying to save lives here, and it's unfortunate that they vilify they hate this president so much that any solution that he offers is attacked.
Yeah.
And that's shameful. I think it's frustrating. As a physician, it's frustrating. The regulatory agencies that have come out against this medication because of media pressure, I think that's frustrating to me as a physician. But we're starting to push back a little. We're starting to fight back. Americans are starting to fight back. We're saying, let's get this country open again.
Mm-hmm.
Let us be free to do what we want to do, make our own decisions. We'll make responsible decisions. Trust us.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we need to be.
Yeah, no, it's a great point. RNC committeeman in the state of Texas, Dr. Robin Armstrong, who's also an internal medicine specialist, joining us today on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Sir, this was great. I really do appreciate a few minutes of your time. All the best, and hopefully maybe we can do this soon. Maybe I can check in to see how Texas is doing. I'd love to do that maybe in the future, see how y'all are doing over there, and because we are two pretty important states, we're pretty big too.
Absolutely,
and we're pretty important.
Absolutely,
and we're pretty good.
We love Florida. We love Florida. We have a kinship with Florida. We love your no state income tax as well. We're right there with you as well. So we love the state of Florida.
Well, we love you back. All the best. All right, we'll speak soon. Thanks so much.
Thank you, sir.
All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along with traffic. Do we have time for traffic? Oh, all right, we'll get to Sabrina coming up in just a minute, and your forecast as well on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
92.5 Fox News.
My name is State Representative Spencer Roach, and I listen to Drew Steele in the morning. And I was right all along.
92.5 Fox News.
Right all along.
One thing I've realized from being cooped up in my house the way we have all been is that I need window treatments really bad. That's why I go to my friends at Your Style Window Treatments and Decor. Their phone number is 239-471-5006. Now, why? Well, they're a veteran, family-owned and operated business with multiple brands of blinds, shades, and shutters, and they have numerous fabric brands right there that you can see. And Your Style, of course, is you. They can take measurements and get you products for your home that fit your style. Installing products with an in-house team that is second to none, certified training. They are there from beginning to completion and providing work at any scale. From Marco Island, Sarasota, and LaBelle. Listen, you want a design product? They can do that as well. Your Style Window Treatments and Decor. Give them a call today and find out more at 239-471-5006 or go to their website, yourstylewindowtreatments.com.
Hi, Michael Crothers, owner of Pure Air Conditioning. We came into business during the mortgage crisis of 2008, so you could say we've seen a thing or two and learned to adjust. Currently, we've made safety adjustments. At Pure Air, all employees are supplied with gloves, foot coverings, and KN95 masks for your protection and theirs. If you need assistance with your air conditioning system, please know that Pure Air Conditioning is making safety priority number one. You can chat with us online at getpureair.com.
Okay, you know how it feels when you've saved enough for that long-awaited home edition? Now imagine an addition on that addition. Whoa. That's the feeling with Capital One, where a new savings account earns an interest rate 5 times the national average. That's right, 5 times, as represented by 5 times more singers. This is banking reimagined. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Rate comparison based on FDIC national rate. Capital One NA member FDIC.
America is in an economic tailspin. President Trump rebuilt the U.S. economy, and he can do it again. Now, Newsmax TV's Chris Salcedo is looking at the lockdowns. If you're invested in stocks, watch Newsmax TV's Chris Salcedo Show. Also on Newsmax TV, see Mike Huckabee, Michelle Malkin, Herman Cain, Sean Spicer, Greg Kelly, and more. Find Newsmax TV on DirecTV, Dish, Xfinity, Cox, Spectrum, Optimum, Uverse, Fios, Suddenlink, Mediacom, Wow, and Armstrong. Check your cable guide and tune in now. Everyone else does.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet, often diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica, Neurontin, or gabapentin that never seems to fix your problem? Your doctor may have told you to just live with the pain. There's now hope for those suffering with peripheral neuropathy. Neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. This damage is commonly caused by a lack of blood flow to the nerves, which causes them to begin to die off. There's a new treatment method now available at the Neuropathy Relief Clinic in Bonita Springs to provide relief from neuropathy as long as you haven't sustained at least 85% nerve damage. For the next 25 callers, the Neuropathy Relief Clinic is offering a neuropathy severity examination for just $60 to determine if you're a candidate for this breakthrough neuropathy treatment. Call 239-317-7240 to schedule an appointment. That's 239-317-7240. That's 239-317-7240.
America is on the verge of a new, more hopeful, more confident, and exciting era. I'm Chris Safati from Wink News.
And I'm Lois Tomey. The U.S. is going back to space, and the adventure will begin right here in Florida. Today, starting at 4, join Wink News for special live launch coverage of the rocket.
That will send 2 astronauts to the International Space Station from Cape Canaveral, America's return to space.
Special live coverage today beginning at 4, only on Wink News.
When you're injured, the insurance company often tries to pay you less than you deserve. They call it business. We call it bullying. I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every day, we get our clients more than what the insurance companies initially offered and more than they were hoping to pay. Sometimes even 100 times more. How do we do it? It's simple. It starts with believing and it ends with betting. Believing in you and betting on ourselves. We use our size, our financial resources, and our reputation to take on the biggest bullies and get you the biggest results. We have recovered billions of dollars for our clients. You know what the insurance companies are hoping for? That you hire the wrong law firm that won't make those bets. That's why when you need a lawyer, the choice you make makes all the difference. Results matter, reputation matters, choices matter. So after an injury, who will you choose? There's only one Morgan & Morgan for the people.
Dial pound law on your cell. Pound law, that's all.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
Hey, Aaron Walker here. Super excited to announce the grand opening of the all-new giant used car outlet at Naples Nissan. Finally, you can test drive hundreds of previously loved cars, trucks, and SUVs all in one spot. Toyota, Ford, Chevy, Mazda, you name it, we got it. And hey, what's the best part about outlet shopping? That's right. You save tons of money. Over 300 vehicles, wholesale priced, and all backed by our exclusive unlimited mile lifetime warranty. That's a warranty that lasts forever, and that's accepted anywhere in the USA. We've got at least 100 cars you could drive home right now for less than $200 a month. That's probably less than your cell phone bill. Need financing? We got you covered there too. Come see us at the all-new giant used car outlet at Naples Nissan right here on Pine Ridge Road. That's exit 107 off I-75 or visit naplesnissan.com. All offers with approved credit.
La Mesa RV offers huge selection, top brands, and transparent everyday low pricing on every RV. Find your new RV from quality brands like Winnebago, Fleetwood, and Integra. Plus, every RV is posted with our transparent everyday low price. A used Newmar Dutch Star diesel pusher number FV4231 is discounted $30,000. La Mesa RV, I-75 at Lucky Road in Fort Myers or lamesarv.com. All advertised prices plus tax, tag title, and $995 dealer fee. Offer expires day of ad.
This Wink News update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. A toddler that suffered horrible abuse has now died. Lee County deputies say Yanier Velasquez is the culprit, but he is free on bond and not yet facing a charge in the 23-month-old's death. The state attorney's office says this is an active case and they cannot comment yet. We're seeing a spike in coronavirus cases, but Lee Health says that is to be expected. CEO Dr. Larry Antonucci says it's not surprising because more people are getting tested. A portion of Corkscrew Road that always bottlenecks is getting a safety makeover. It's a 3-mile stretch that goes from Ben Hill Griffin East to Bellaterra. Today, the village will accept $3 million from the county to add sidewalks and streetlights to that portion. Today, a historic launch will take place at the Kennedy Space Center. Doug Hurley and Bob Behnken are preparing to jump in the cockpit of the Crew Dragon, the first manned commercial spacecraft in nearly a decade. The launch will mark a new era of human spaceflight for the U.S., and the moment will happen as the pandemic's impact looms. NASA and SpaceX have taken extra steps to ensure the safety of everyone involved. Only sanctioned personnel are allowed near the aircraft and rocket. They must wear masks and gloves, and the aircraft is cleaned twice daily. Starting Friday, say you'll be able to save some cash on hurricane prep essentials. Things like water, batteries, and flashlights will all be tax-free. The sales tax holiday starts Friday and goes through Thursday, June 4th. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News traffic.
A crash in Fort Myers at Hampton Street and Work Street. This is to the west of Veronica Shoemaker. No major backups for right now. Now, if you are heading northbound on Winkler Road towards Cypress Lake, expect a delay bumper to bumper for about 1 mile. Go ahead and stick to McGregor Boulevard if you can. That's the best way to navigate around it. Also, commuters coming out of Cape Coral. Hey, still a great commute on both bridges into Fort Myers. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, hot and humid. Heat index as high as 100 to 105. Please stay cool. We do have a chance for some spotty rain and storms. Few showers can't be ruled out along the coastline, but the greatest opportunity for rain will be the more inland that you get. Scattered rain and storms vary summer-like pattern for the rest of the work week towards the weekend. Scattered showers and storms pop up thanks to a lot of heat and moisture. Temperatures reaching the lower to middle 90s. Heat index 100 plus with some more rain chances mixed in as we hit next week. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
My name's Mike from Cape Coral, and I listen to Drew Steele every morning. And I was right all along.
92.5 Fox News.
Right all along.
Hi, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. Boy, do I have a great deal for you. Starting at 5 p.m. each day, the first 50 customers at our Fort Myers location only will receive a free medium Chicago thin crust cheese pizza. Dine in only with the purchase of 2 beverages, 1 per check. While you're there, enjoy happy hour all day, every day. And be sure to try one of our signature favorites, like our award-winning fall-off-the-bone rack of ribs, juicy chicken wings, and gourmet burgers. So what better way to end your day than with a free pizza from Stevie Tomatoes, Fort Myers only. We'll obtain your complete satisfaction with our food quality, service, and value. I guarantee it. So come to Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page in Fort Myers on the corner of Daniels and I-75.
Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
Eating dinner in your underwear?
Hey, put some clothes on.
Taking cold showers every hour? Or pitching a tent in front of your refrigerator to stay cool. These are things you can do to beat the heat in your home.
And due to these difficult times, we have extended our no diagnostic fees, no trip charges, no strings. Visit FloridaCoolToday.com to schedule. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. My friends Chad and Daniel at Jackson Pools, they are the best. Look, you know what's happening right now. They can close down the beaches, but they cannot shut down your beautiful resort-style pool from Jackson Pools. It's more important than ever to enjoy the healthy benefits of exercise and relaxation that you're going to get with your new Jackson Pool right now in your own backyard, featuring an elegant high-water design, a state-of-the-art recirculation system, custom coping, and a pebble interior finish. And you can have it all for under $35,000. And the truly amazing part is you can be swimming in less than 3 weeks from permitting. Do I need to say that again? Look, if a pool is in your future, you've got to talk to my good friends at Jackson Pools. Sit on this doorstep on another hot and sweaty Southwest Florida summer? Well, no, because now is the perfect time to take the plunge. Contact Jackson Pools. Visit them now online at jacksonpools.com. Find out more. jacksonpools.com.
We are Moran Wealth Management. Passionate about learning what's important to you and your family. Personable, with 24 professionals dedicated to attentive, customized service and focused on client relationships. Performance-driven. As part of Barron's top 1,200 advisors, Tom Moran, founder, CEO, and senior PIM portfolio manager, is Florida's highest-ranked advisor for 2019. Call 239-920-4440 today or visit MoranWealthManagement.com. Moran Wealth Management. Passionate, personable, performance-driven. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592. That is the Tri-Town Construction Talk and Text line. Anytime you want to watch, you can look at us right now if you would like. You want to watch this very program, you can see Jake the Millennial's mug right there. He's kind of dancing to the bumper music, which he does each and every morning. It keeps him awake, I guess. Is that what it is? It just keeps you... Is this your calisthenics, your exercise each and every day is dancing to bumper music? Nothing creepy about that. You can watch us on YouTube. Just go to YouTube. You type in the search bar, Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. And please subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it. And there you can watch each and every day. All right, time for the top 5 audio clips of the day. It's the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Number 5.
The best thing is Rick Grinnell was a breath of fresh air as acting DNI. He actually came in, provided transparency, provided the things that we've been looking for those of us who've been fighting this battle against what we knew was a corrupt cabal that had tried to attack President Trump as a candidate and then tried to disrupt his early part of his presidency, and then led into the Mueller investigation, which we found was a complete flop.
There's Representative Doug Collins. He's talking about the outgoing former National Intelligence Chief Richard Grinnell, helping release the names of some of the Obama administration officials involved in unmasking, and also some of the names that are starting to come out as more and more paperwork making its way over to the DOJ and making its way over to the Attorney General. And we're finding out more and more about what's in there and finding about more and more of the malfeasance of the former administration against an American citizen, and then some. Oh, there may be even more coming out. We're getting little hints and bits and pieces about it. Oh boy, I'll tell you what, it's an amazing time, and we're going to find out more about what happened with Spygate. So keep an eye on that.
Number 4.
We were socially distant. You can see there we were actually 12 feet apart, so twice as much as is technically the advice from the CDC.
Oh, there you go. Not to be outdone by anybody. It's CNN, and it was Dana Bash who just wanted to let everybody know that, they're taking social distancing to the extreme, everybody. They did an interview with Joe Biden, went to his home there, and Joe Biden sitting 12 feet, not 6 feet. We could have done 6 feet, but no, we weren't going to do 6 feet. No, we did 12 feet. That's right. We're twice as good as everybody else at social distancing. Who knows what'll be next? Maybe Zoom meetings only. Maybe we'll have Joe Biden launched into space, and we'll do space shots from... I don't know.
Number 3.
Not one single whisper of scandal.
Not one.
Not one single whisper.
The nation's capital was alive with talk of scandal today.
Questions for the White House this morning about whether it knew the truth about the Benghazi terror attack.
PolitiFact is out with its Lie of the Year award, and they named President Obama and his claim that, quote, if you like your health plan, you can keep it, as the winner.
He says he did not know the IRS was singling out conservative groups until the news broke.
Obama administration secretly airlifted $400 million in cash to Iran.
The political storm that erupted today over an undercover government operation gone very wrong.
The Obama administration's $500 million loan to Solyndra.
5 detainees were active Taliban fighters.
Ambassador Chris Stevens and 3 other Americans were killed.
Widespread manipulation of appointment wait times.
Not one single whisper of scandal.
Ouch. That's an RNC ad out yesterday. Joe Biden saying not a sniff, not a hint, not even a bit of scandal there in the Obama-Biden administration until you hear all the news reports of all the scandal. And I think it's kind of funny, you think of Joe Biden, not a sniff of scandal. You know a lot about sniffing.
Number 2.
You can see, here, just around.
Nobody's wearing them. Nobody's. There you go, including the cameraman. Yeah. Katie.
Striking images, Cal Perry.
Oh, Cal Perry, striking images. Cal Perry in Wisconsin standing there, reporter for MSNBC with his mask on, standing around looking at people that are walking in a park and nobody's wearing a mask. And I can't believe this. What is going on here? And I'm wearing a mask and nobody else is. This is unbelievable what is happening at this moment in time. And then somebody taking a video with an iPhone discovers and says, hey, not even your cameraman is wearing a mask. And he's like, yeah. Striking. Really?
Number 1.
9 minutes and 53 seconds and counting in just an hour and a half. If all goes well, Apollo 11 astronauts Armstrong, Aldrin, and Collins are to lift off from pad 39A out there on the voyage man always has dreamed about. Next stop for them, the moon.
Do you get chills when you hear that? Walter Cronkite going back to that moment in time and talking about Apollo 11 and you hear that voice and then you think about today and America back to space. We're back, everybody. We are back.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Fingers crossed. Hopefully everything is looking good weather-wise as we are, 7 hours away, something around there, away from the SpaceX, the launch. 2 astronauts making their way to the International Space Station. And what an incredible day. What an incredible moment it is for the United States. This is a big moment, everybody. It's big for a lot of different reasons. It's big because we have 2 astronauts getting ready to make their way into space from the United States, from the Cape. It brings private industry into this with SpaceX and together with NASA and obviously NASA saying, hey, listen, you guys, you and Boeing, go ahead, do what you got to do, make this all happen. We'll just make sure that all the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, but you do what you do. Minimal government supervision, just make it happen. And both trying, Boeing will be next. Obviously, they had the Dreamliner. They had some issues with that, but SpaceX comes along with Elon Musk, and next thing you know it, you've got these designs and you've got 2 astronauts getting ready to head off into space. How exciting is that? There's the aspect here of private industry of the United States about we do it best. How many times do we have to say this? How many times do we have to prove this to the world that if it's going to happen, it's going to start here? And of course, I'm talking about the next steps right now as we move forward into space and the fact that we've always been the first. We've always been the innovators. We've always been the ones to create. We've always been the ones that could look forward in industry and individuals here in the United States. And when you consider that we had to go to Russia, we had to trust Russia to be able to take our astronauts to the International Space Station. If we were going to have humans making their way into space, we had to trust Russia. Now we don't have to do that. And that is an exciting proposition, especially considering the cost, the huge cost, the charge that Russia would, the bill, if you will. And now we have SpaceX doing it for a fraction of the cost. And what that brings, the competition, now others will want to come to us, to come to the United States, to have their astronauts to the International Space Station. Future trips, the idea that there can be travel from Jake the millennial, the idea that Jake, mullet and all, well, non-mullet yet because we still have yet to find somebody, a salon that will cut Jake's hair into a mullet. But Jake, as we look at him on screen right now, Jake, who is excited about the prospects that even he could be launched into space. Right?
Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. You can hear and see the excitement.
So, yeah, I don't know about me. I'll watch it.
What do you know? What do you mean? If somebody were to come along and say, Jake, I'll tell you what, promotionally speaking, we're looking for a millennial to get on board and we'll shoot you out there for free.
I don't know. I just don't see what's, I don't know.
Okay, back to me on the camera. Okay. Anyway, the point is this. This is huge, everybody. This is a big moment in time. It's also a big moment because we have others that want to compete with us. Getting Americans flying into space on American craft is long overdue. The U.S. is in a civil and military space race with China, which just used its new Long March 5B launch vehicle to put a prototype of a new capsule into orbit. Beijing's slow, steady breakout into space will be a major international and extraterrestrial challenge of the next decade. We want to be on top of that. We want to be first. That is an article from the Wall Street Journal, a space and national security expert who was writing about this and how important this trip is. And an ambitious Starship development program, build a fully reusable launch vehicle that can enter orbit and ultimately conduct manned missions to the moon and even Mars. SpaceX winning contracts that'll keep its current Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy rockets busy for a long, long time. This is a big day. This is a big deal. And as we get closer to launch, we are hopeful, weather permitting. I think the next window is over the weekend, but it would be nice to have it today. It is a big day. And then it also takes me back to the audio that I played, Walter Cronkite, for anything and everything that could be said about, the media now and the media then, and how you had to go to the big three in order to get these stories and to hear about them and the theatrics and everything else that went along with it. And also the stories that you were going to get each and every day and how they were going to present it and whether there was a little bit of a liberal tilt. Yeah, there was a liberal tilt back then. Many people want to make it sound as if, no, those were the days when journalists and news networks, no, there was a tilt back then, and it's tilted to the point now where it's fallen on its back. We know that's where we are. But even just to hear Walter Cronkite's voice and to hear the lunar module, the launch of Apollo 11, and to think about that moment in time, the fun, exciting, interesting part to me of this also is that every one of us, all of us, have a story when it comes to space travel to tell about where you were when, or how you witnessed shuttle launches. Shuttle launches where for a long time, obviously, until one tragic day, a shuttle launch that was predictable. It was automatic. It happened to the point where people were like, oh, the shuttle launched today. And then went about their day. Like it was routine. Take a second and think about that. And how cool that is that we have that experience of the routine of space travel. We have the moments where we were breaking new ground with Walter Cronkite, the talk of men landing on the moon and then being returned safely back to Earth, the idea, the concept, and generations that can remember where you were when. Each iteration of where we've made our way into space. It's one thing that brings us together as Americans, and that we will be able to do this again moving into the future. It's an exciting prospect that private industry would come along and be able to help to make this happen. I just think it's incredible. And how, as we do move forward into this space race, that how understanding the benefits, but also the threats, the people who would like to be first, the people who would like to steal technology, the people who would like to be there. If space is not that big a deal, then why are there so many that are so anxious to be in that position? So just a lot to take in today as we think about the launch, hopefully today, weather permitting, of SpaceX and 2 astronauts making their way to the International Space Station on the Dragon capsule. Bob Behnken and Doug Hurley. So we'll keep an eye on that certainly today. First time in 10 years. It's about 10. It's a big deal. All right, let's find out how the remainder of the forecast is shaping up, even for launch, maybe. We can find out what's going on with that with Wink News meteorologist Matt Devitt.
For today, there will be a chance of rain, few showers possible along the coastline, but the best opportunity will be the more inland that you get. Hot and humid, 91 degrees with that heat index and what it feels like between 100 to 105.